gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to another episode of The Keel Show. I am your host, Alex Keel. Alongside me, the Insider of the Insiders, Tyler Keel. We are live here on 12 Ounce Sports. You are watching us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Zingo TV, channel 761. Sign up for free today using the promo code 12 Ounce. That is 120ZOZ for our Canadian listeners, or proper English.
Yes, proper English, Alex. It's a thing.
Get involved today using hashtag TKS at The Keel Show. If you have any questions, hit us up in the chat during the live show or in the comments. We'll do our very best to answer them. If you are not watching us live, you must be listening to us on your favorite podcaster or on the Keel Show YouTube page, getting the good old Keel Show replay.
Can I just say, you are humming through this right now, and you are on point.
I am rocking it. I am actually not on caffeine. No, I've been trying to get off of caffeine, but we're doing it today.
It's because, Alex, why is it because? It is because the fact that you are wearing your awesome, cool, look at this awesome Keel shirt, the Keel Show shirt. You have merchandise. Go on teespring.com/storage/the Keel Show. Make sure you throw those dashes in there. I have to say the address because I realize that our podcast listeners probably don't see the graphic that we have for our show.
No, they do not see it because they listen. That's how that works.
But we should probably introduce our guest, Alex. We'll get to our sponsors later because this guy is here. He is now, and you see him on the screen. Alex.
Ladies and gentlemen, being on the show with us, talking about some of the, the cup stuff, because there's a Stanley Cup playoff going on. Maybe the final. I'm not sure. But he is here making his fourth appearance on the show. He is also on 12 Ounce Sports World Hockey Report. Please welcome Cody Jazen.
Hey, Cody. How's it going again, man?
Fellas, always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
I think this is the first time Alex has talked to Cody, because I've had Cody on 3 times, obviously being his fourth.
I mean, you could just say him. Just talk to you.
Well, okay, yeah, he's talked to me a few times. This is your first time with Cody.
Yes, this is my first time with him because he's here in the conversation. How you doing, Cody?
I'm doing great. I really can't complain. We still got hockey. It's September. It's nice weather out there. So really nothing's wrong in the world right now.
How are things up in Berta right now? Everything going all right up there still?
Yeah, we still got another couple days left of summer up here before it snows. So it seems to be all right.
Yeah, I was about to say, we're starting to get the chill down here. Well, I guess by chill we mean like 55 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's like 12 degrees up there in Canada. Cody, reason why we have you on, of course, is because the finals, we have Game 6 tonight. I was so ready for this to be the Stanley Cup Championship Parade show, or the award show.
The go-home show.
The go-home show. This was going to be it. But yet we are here in Game 6. Cody, what has been your take on this series as a whole? Because obviously under the circumstances, it's been incredibly odd, given the bubble, coronavirus, everything. But overall, the play on the ice, how do you think this series has played out?
Oh, it's been exciting. I mean, you got the 2 best teams in the league this year. It's, I think that they balance each other out in a sense that Tampa is definitely run and gun. They're high flying. They're young. They're skilled. They're fast. And Dallas is just one of those experienced veteran teams that gets it done. It's not always pretty, but I don't know. Game 5 kind of felt like hockey karma, if that's something that you're into. Like, I mean, everyone's on different sides of the penalty fence. I enjoyed Game 5 a lot more just due to the fact that there was only 3 penalties in the entire game versus Game 4, where it felt like we couldn't go 5 minutes without a penalty. And I mean, say what you want about the Ben one. I'm not in favor of it. I don't think that that's a necessary call where it really doesn't have any effect on the actual play itself. So maybe it was hockey karma. The Dallas Stars are able to squeak one out, and now I think it's they've got some momentum. We'll see what they can do with it tonight, and if they're able to get out to a good start, I think we could be seeing a Game 7 on Wednesday.
That's a possibility. I mean, when you look at the Ben penalty, obviously the worst part about it, for me at least, because I'm kind of rooting for the Stars at this point,
because you picked them and you haven't won you have not picked well, Alex.
I have not picked well this playoff.
I am the TKS playoff prediction champion.
Yes, Tyler,
me.
We know. Yes,
I gotta make sure everyone remembers that.
But no, the worst part about that entire sequence is the clip of him right at the end of the game after the goal, and he's just sitting there, and he gets to watch. He gets to watch his team be put on the brink of elimination, on the brink of coming so close to achieving your childhood dream, and then having that taken away from you. Because for those of you that haven't paid attention, it's been a while since Dallas has been in the Cup final. It's been even longer, by a year, since they've been champions. So with everything that's gone on, it'd be a good story for Dallas to get a break and get a Cup win. But another player, an older gentleman on the team, someone that they signed a few years back, Corey Perry.
Well, last year, but yeah.
Well,
past.
It's been a few years since 2020 has started.
No
Tyler.
kidding. Yeah, I'll give you that.
But Cody, looking at how Corey Perry's been able to help this Dallas team, scoring twice in Game 5 alone,
including that game-winning goal that woke me up from my sleep because I fell asleep.
Good job.
Oh, thank you. Well, okay. I'm sorry, we can't be like Cody, that's local time there. For us, it's like midnight, 1 o'clock, and we're raising a dog here. It's a little tough.
It is a little bit tough. But especially for you as someone from Alberta, how much do you still hate Corey Perry, even though he's producing this well?
I love Corey Perry. And, I've never been. I love hockey. I'm not a team fan. I don't have any jerseys in my closet. I'm not attached. I'm not losing sleep over one team. I just love the game in general, and I love how Corey Perry plays. I love how Joe Pavelski plays. I think that both of them. They kind of do things that most guys won't, and whether that's get to the dirty zones, whether that's stick someone in the nuts, whether that is, lay a hit, fight Matthew Tkachuk to open up playoffs. Like that's what I love. And I mean, call me old school, whatever. That's what I think of hockey. And that's what I think of the most effective players when it comes time. And, it's really for my perspective, it's not what do they do during the regular season. I mean, you're paying these guys for what are they going to do in the playoffs? And that was the thing. Perry hadn't been in the playoffs in a while at Anaheim. I think it was 2017 was his last one, the whole run in with the Oilers and everything.
Yep.
But, the same thing for Pavelski is, they needed a change of scenery, and you put them in the right spot. I feel like they've brought that whole winning attitude to Dallas. And, you brought up Ben earlier, and this was a point that I had made on our show today was I really expected a lot more from him in Game 5. Didn't everyone else? Like Game 4, you take that penalty, you sit in the box, you cost your team a chance to even up the series essentially. And I mean, like it or not, the penalty was called. Ben was the reason that they're shorthanded. I expected a lot more from him in Game 5. I really didn't expect Perry and Pavelski to be the difference makers, to be the reason we're at 3-2 in this series. But for Dallas, I mean, there comes a point in time where Ben's really got to step it up, and Sagan's got to do more than just, chip in with a couple of apples here. Like, they got to start scoring. Radulov has to be better. There's little things where Dallas has overwhelmingly underperformed, and they're in a 3-2 series somehow. So, the hockey world's a weird one sometimes, but that's why we play the games.
Go ahead.
Okay. I guess I'll go ahead. No, you're right, especially with regard to Jamie Benn's output. He definitely has been looking a little bit, I guess, just
lackluster.
He's just lackluster,
well,
I would say.
And the thing about Sagan is, too, because he hadn't scored, I think he had scored 1 point since I think it was Game 5 against Colorado, I think it was. He had not done a whole lot. The fact that he's been able to put 5 points on in the last couple of games is a big deal. But Cody, you chimed in on the Thursday edition, the Quick Shift edition, the second to last Quick Shift edition of the Kuehl Show here on 12 Ounce Sports. You asked me, do you think, is Hudobin's Cinderella run done? And I said, I don't think so. But then Game 4 happened, and I'm like, well, but then Game 5, he plays a little bit better. Do you think that Hudobin was able to kind of redeem himself in that Game 5 win, or do you think that was just a little bit of puck luck there for the Dallas Stars?
A little better. He stopped 39 out of 41.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Goal,
well, that's okay. That's okay. For the record,
that in the Cup Finals.
That's double. That's double overtime, Cody. I mean, geez. I mean, you and I have stopped a few shots before. When you have that much time, hopefully the other team gets 40 shots on you, or else the other team's not doing their job. But to your point, yes, Hudobin did play a lot better in Game 5.
Funny story. My first ever junior hockey playoff game, 92 saves, triple overtime loss. How are you? Lost 3-2. Let in a goal from behind the goal line in the corner. That was a heck of an ending.
Chalk that one up to fatigue there, Cody.
Yeah, that's a great start. But yeah, we had to play the next day as well, back to backs. Gotta love it. Junior hockey, nice little 4-hour bus ride.
Oh yeah, gosh, I gotta love. I mean, but looking at the goaltenders in this series, Vasilevsky played, I'd say, pretty good in Game 4 as well. He wasn't perfect, but he made a bunch of big saves in the second period, 13 saves to keep the game pretty close at that time when Dallas looked like they were starting to take over. The goaltending in this series, it's been Vasilevsky, who was, everyone's always like, hey, that's a Vezina candidate every year against Hudobin. I mean, who do you give the advantage to in this series? Who do you think has played better between the pipes?
Yeah, flip a coin for that one. No, I think that, it's really come down to whatever goaltenders is going to be better is, the team that comes out on top. And in these close games, it really is that important where, we're not seeing massive swings or anything. But if Hudobin's going to be able to outplay Vasilevsky 2 more times, Dallas is going to be lifting the cup. It's as simple as that. You can say, oh, well, it comes down to the coaching style of John Cooper. It comes down to Rick Bowness's coaching style. I mean, show me a good goalie, I'll show you a good coach. It's really that simple where, man, I mean, if Vasilevsky's able to, make a couple more saves than Hudobin tonight, it's over. It's just over. Dallas can't overcome that, and neither can Tampa. I mean, if Vasilevsky lets in a few soft ones, they're done. We got a Game 7. So realistically, both of these goalies have been fine, but they've also had their downfalls. They've let in a couple of softies each. And yeah, who really knows? I think that the start's going to be huge. I mean, if Dallas can get up 2-0 again, then they have to do a way better job of locking it down than they did in Game 4. But also that comes down to Hudobin making a couple of extra saves for him.
Well, I couldn't say any part of that better than you did right there. But now taking everything you just said and putting it into context, Hudobin versus Vasilevsky, do you think that the Bolts are going to get it done tonight, or do you think that the Stars can hold on with the help of our favorite house elf that is now free and take it to Game 7?
Well, if I knew the answer, I'd be a millionaire by this point. But
probably,
which is only about $650,000 here in the States. Let's remember that $1 million in Canada.
Yeah, yeah, the dollar is definitely a joke. That's a very fair point. Guys, honestly, I like Dallas. I really just think that there's something about this team. I can't put my finger on it. I love how fast Tampa is. I love that Cirelli kid. Oh my goodness. He's so fun to watch. Like, he can forecheck on my team 7 days a week, twice on Sunday as well. It is unbelievable to see him fly around the ice. Braden Point is the best player in the Eastern Conference. He is unbelievable what that guy can do. Victor Hedman's been phenomenal. So it's ridiculous for me to even bet against Tampa at this point. But I think Dallas has got another one in them. I do. I really think that Jamie Benn has another level. I think that Radulov has another level. I think that Heiskanen has another level. I do worry a little bit about their defense and them having to go down to 4 or 5 guys. It definitely is something that wears on you when you're dealing with a forecheck like the Bolts can provide. But I think Dallas has got one more in them. And I think, it might take overtime again. There's a very good chance we're going to be staying up late again tonight. But, I think I'll go with Dallas in this one. Probably, a 3-2 game. Maybe we get to overtime again.
That's a good thing I had my cup of coffee before the show. Geesh. Last question before we let you go here, Cody, because we know you're a busy guy. You got all sorts of stuff going on. But in the whole context of these playoffs, and obviously these are going to be remembered, and I'm not going to say they're going to be what Matt Duchene called the COVID Cup, but the fact that they were played inside a bubble, the fact that they were in a unique set of circumstances, but on the ice, do you think this series will be remembered? Because it seems like with each series, there's something people remember about it. Do you think this series will go down in the annals? I wouldn't say the greatest Stanley Cup final ever, unless it does go to 7, quadruple overtime, but do you think if this series ended tonight, if the Bolts did the thing as I knock on wood, do you think people will look back and like, man, that 2020 Cup, what a series? Is that something you think people will look at this as?
100%. I mean, we've got a couple of overtimes now. And, I joke around. I call it the COVID Cup as well. I think it's funny, but really 5, 10, 15 years down the road, no one's going to remember that this game wasn't played with fans. I truly believe that is not going to be of significance when you look at this series. I mean, it's kind of like, if you think about it, like, oh, in 2007, what rank did the Anaheim Ducks win the Stanley Cup in? Like, no one really remembers that unless you're following the team closely.
I do. I remember that.
Put your hand down.
Okay, well, you guys are just geniuses, right? Then I guess I'll just hang up now. But no, it's like no one really. I don't know how to put it properly, but no one really gives a damn that this isn't being played in front of the fans. I think the product on the ice is really what matters. And I think this has been a great series. As I said, I think these two teams match up against each other perfectly. You know, we kind of really, we don't know what to expect. And that's the best thing is, you know, if it's two high flying skilled offenses, you can kind of expect a 5-4 game most times. But also these teams could play a 1-0 game tonight, and I would not be shocked in the least bit. So it's really been a great series, and honestly, yeah, I want to see this go 7. Come on, give me more hockey.
It definitely has been a fun series to watch, especially, like you said, with a couple overtimes already, and potentially we could have another one tonight if we really wanted to stay up late. But it's definitely been some fun hockey to watch with or without fans, and with or without COVID. But, Cody, we will let you get back to your ever-so-busy schedule. Make sure to check him out at World Hockey Report, at Janner31_. Catch World Hockey Report Mondays and Fridays, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 a.m. Mountain Time, here on 12 Ounce Sports. Cody, thanks again for getting on the show today and talking some cup hockey with us.
Not a problem, fellas. Have a good one.
You as well. All right.
Cody Jazen, ladies and gentlemen, making his 4th appearance. Always a fun guy to talk to because he's a goaltender too, and that's why it's always fun to kind of bounce that stuff off of him. I will get to Cody's question. We do have one in the hashtag AskTKSBank. We'll save that for the second half of the show. How about that?
Fair enough.
Since we're sticking with the cup in the Stanley Cup Finals, it's kind of an interesting question too. It has nothing to do with the NHL though, so it's kind of funny.
Fair enough. But before we get into that, we do have to mention our very, very wonderful sponsors.
Yeah.
Today's show on 12 Out Sports is brought to you by Second String Leather Company. There you go. Second String Leather Company. Get 10% off when you bundle any apparel item and a hat. Enjoy the incredible look of Second String. Second String Leather Company, crafted from the crease.
Hashtag crafted from the crease.
Today's show is also brought to you by MyBookie.ag. Bet on all sports, win, and get paid using the promo code 12Ounce Sports and join for free today. That is 12OZ space sports. Please know how to spell sports.
If Alex, I think you need to spell it out for them. Okay, it's an hold on, I can do it. Ready? It's an S with a P and then an O and then an R. You can't see my leg. Then a T and then another S. Flex on it.
I feel so thankful for all of our podcast listeners that don't have to see that. I'm so thankful that they don't have to see.
Well, they see that. See, it's funny. Like I do the 12-hour, the Second String Leather thing and the MyBookie thing. I'm like, people are just probably like, what? Why is he grimacing when he's talking about this stuff? Yeah.
No, it's not me grimacing, folks. It is Tyler just being.
Alex is groaning. He's not grimacing. He's groaning.
Fair enough. But you know, before we started the show today, we decided that we wanted to talk about Cody and talk with Cody and get his opinions on everything, and then we would get into our little spiels.
That'll be a summer show, an off-season show with Cody, where we like take time to like really sit down because we were catching him doing the show live in the middle of his work schedule. So I'm like, we got to have like a massive sit down, like it's one of those hour-long conversations we have with some of our other guests. Because that would be fun. Cody,
I mean, we have a 2.5-hour show.
Well, he's always working around this time, so I feel bad. So I think in summer we're going to set up it'll be like a Sunday where none of us are working, and we're going to be having mimosas, and we're all going to have a great conversation.
You're telling me you want me to do a show on a Sunday? That's a Sabbath, son.
That's Saturday. Sabbath's on a Saturday, isn't it? The Jewish Sabbath is on a Saturday.
I thought Sunday. Sunday is a day of rest.
Sunday is a day of rest. Wixie gets it. Wixie yesterday napped so much. She napped hard, man. Like,
no, you keep talking. Keep talking. Stop worrying about what I do on my laptop. Go on.
No, Sabbath in Christianity and Sabbath in Judaism are two different things. Look up Sabbath, but the Jewish Sabbath. That's on a Saturday.
Well, am I Jewish? No. Christian Sabbath. Boom. Count it.
I'm trying to think of Big Lebowski. Walter. Remember he doesn't do anything on Saturday because it's Sabbath?
Because he's Jewish.
No, he's not Jewish. His ex-wife was Jewish.
Well, you know what? Give him another extra day of rest.
Because you're watching your ex-wife's dog while she's going off with her boyfriend. That's a great movie. Big Lebowski, ladies and gentlemen. It's the best. Well, hold on. Kingpin or Big Lebowski. The best bowling movie ever. It's got Philip Seymour Hoffman in it.
Okay. And
it's got Sam Elliott.
Okay, and
it's got Jeff Bridges.
Okay, and
Steve Buscemi has a heart attack. Spoiler. It's a great movie.
Okay, and
why are you shooting me down with this, man?
Because you tried to just destroy my point in saying that this is just a different day. And in all reality, I was still right.
I only got that back
because being a dick.
Anyways, oh yeah.
So let's talk about our opinions with the cups and stuff. First of all, COVID Cup, you're right. Whoever wins, I'm sorry, I'm putting an asterisk next to it.
Okay, hold on. It's
different. It is different.
I would say this. Yes, the COVID Cup idea, yes, because you're in a bubble, you're in one rink, nothing changes, no fans. I get that. You can do that. I don't like the idea of an asterisk, Alex, simply because of the fact, because these guys, it's the same kind of schedule.
No, it's not.
They play the same schedule. Days off with sometimes back-to-backs during the series. Back-to-back during the Stanley Cup final, which is almost unheard of, but there's
different personal schedules.
Yes, dear. Oh, the brats.
Oh, lovely. Dinner.
Hey, Kelly turned on the grill for the first time today.
Oh, goodness.
It's Kelly Hand with the brats. Hashtag Kelly Brat Hands. Ooh.
Kelly Brat Hands?
Brat Hands? It looked like Kelly Brat Hands.
I have sausage fingers? Are you saying my fingers are fat?
You called them sausage fingers.
I didn't call them sausage
fingers.
I didn't say sausage fingers. That does smell really good, though.
Thank you, Kelly.
Gosh. We still have 2 hours left on the show.
Yeah, we're
gonna need we'll have a commercial break eventually. We'll call you in for that.
Oh my god.
We'll bring it. We'll do the bullpen thing. Bring in the lefty.
Something like that.
By the way, I should see if I didn't want to wear my TKS shirt, would wear my Blue Jays shirt because the Blue Jays are in the playoffs, lowest seed in the East, but or the American League. Who cares?
Hey Tyler.
Hey, what?
They don't even play in their home stadium. Shut up.
Hey, they won in Buffalo. Buffalo. What does that say to be proud of? Yes, the Bills are 3-0, but
congrats. Something good happened in Buffalo.
Except wings, but that's not even. Is that actually?
Yes.
Oh, that is okay.
Yes.
I just thought that was a myth.
No, it's
like
not
the crocodiles
a myth.
in the New York sewers. I thought that was.
It's not really a myth. It's only a myth if you bring ranch. Then you'll get shot on sight,
buddy. You and your ranch problems.
You don't eat ranch with wings.
You don't eat ranch with pizza.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
You can.
You shouldn't.
It's a Midwest thing.
It's a wrong thing.
It's a Midwest thing. You got a problem with the Midwest, you got a problem with ranch. You got a problem with ranch, you got a problem with Midwest. You like Dippy Ranch, you like Hidden Valley.
You are heading down to Kentucky.
You like Hidden Valley or Dippy Ranch? Answer is yes.
I don't like ranch. Ranch is just disgusting.
Yeah, you also don't like onions, and guess what's delicious? Onion.
Not by itself. I can't just eat an onion like an apple.
Okay.
Hey, when I made my fajitas for Cooper and I the other night, I had onion powder in there and it was a good flavor. I just can't eat straight onions. If I taste the onion.
They're not straight onions. You know what you do with fajitas? You saute the vegetables.
I didn't have any onion to saute. I did peppers instead. Just peppers. I did.
Hey, you know what a
red pepper and those poblanos.
You know what you actually like? You know what you like and you actually enjoy?
What?
Sauteed onions.
I like sauteed. We just don't have any. Kelly hasn't bought any because actually may have an onion in there. I just didn't think about it.
You know what you could have with your brat? Onion.
No, if the brats are no, because you and I are gonna have this conversation. If the only thing you should ever put on a brat is a little bit of mustard,
no,
you do not
onion, mustard.
You do not need to dress
sauerkraut.
Hold on, no,
that's it.
No. Hold on. If we're gonna get into kraut, that's a different
kraut
story.
And brats.
Oh yeah, Saturday night. You want to do Pulaski days?
This Saturday?
Well, we're not going to go out, but it's takeout. Do you want to get some Polish food? Okay. Pulaski days is a big thing in Grand Rapids where all the Polish halls around town just say, we're going to make up a bunch of Polish food for all of you, and you come and get it. This year they can't obviously do dine-in, so they're doing takeout.
Quick history fact for everybody now that you brought up Pulaski days.
West Michigan is full of Polacks and Dutch.
Don't use the term. Don't use Polacks. Because that's a slur. White racial slurs. Can't use it.
Polish, and the Dutch.
Yeah, you can say Dutch.
Sorry. Anyways, them. Yes.
But no,
Do you think
fun fact, Grand Rapids is...
Cody Jazen, my man Cody, he's in there. Look at that. He's in the chat. Onions are overrated. You spelled overrated wrong, but who cares? Woo! You're supposed to put them together, Cody, but who cares? He's right. Onions, overrated.
Well,
Thank you.
You have your heart attack. I'll have good heart health then.
Hey,
A is the first letter of the alphabet. What do you want?
Hey, I ain't here
A
for
is
a
the
long
first letter of
time.
the
I'm
alphabet.
here
What do you
for a
want?
good time. Onions, overrated. Goaltender union, Cody. Let's do this. Woo! Anyways,
Now that I was thinking about it, yeah, no, I think I've talked to him before. I think I've done a show with him.
with Cody?
Yeah.
Trying to think.
I think so.
I counted them. The first time I did it was by myself. That was when
Oh, yeah, but by the way, Grand Rapids just full of immigrants. But then again, everywhere. All of United States. But anyways, yeah.
Cup final.
Oh, yeah.
And Alex is over here afraid that we're not going to have enough time for it. Yet here we are.
So this is what I'm going to say. The asterisk is not necessarily to mean that it was easier for teams, because some people have made that argument that it's been easier since they don't have to worry about travel, or they don't have to worry about kind of certain things regarding like personal scheduling and that kind of stuff. Only on the basis that usually when it comes to playoffs, teams don't have a lot of personal time by themselves with their families. Obviously, they can be able to sleep in their own beds, which is, a little bit that they can get, but it's not to an extensive point. It's completely different from them being isolated in hotels, which the reason why I would put an asterisk against it is the fact that it is far more difficult. So it would be an asterisk next to it being a note to the fact that the 2020 Stanley Cup was played in a bubble in Edmonton, away from fans, away from family, and all the players had to be isolated and quarantined into hotels, making it more difficult. Not saying that the asterisk is necessarily a bad thing, but it has to be noted. It's the same reason why any Stanley Cup that was won in a lockout year where it was a shortened season, there should be an asterisk there, Ty.
There is, Alex, because...
Yes, there is. And you want to know why? Because the season was different. Things changed.
That's why the Hawks only won 2 Stanley Cups and the Devils only won 2 as well.
Which is
first one was a lie.
Which is another reason why
unless
there should be an asterisk.
Except...
Has there ever been, before this year, a 24-team playoff? No.
No, because I'm trying to think of how...
No, there hasn't. You want to know why?
Because they were... Well, I don't...
The most there's ever been before this year, it was 16.
And there was 4 before that. And way back in the Challenge Cup days, it was literally, it was literally a wrestling match. It would be a bunch of... Well, they were more gentlemanly. Imagine the Vaudevillains coming up. We challenge you to a match for the cup. That's how they did it.
Yes, because that's how it works. It's Challenge Cup. You made a challenge, and then the champion played for it.
And unfortunately, there's no glass shattering, no awesome entrance. It was just them walking up and just tapping the Ottawa Silver 7. We would like to lose 30-0 to you guys in 3 games.
And they said, you know what? All right.
The Austin City Klondikers like, we have dog sides. We're tough. You're playing the Ottawa Silver 7. You ain't winning squat, buddy. Or as they would say, you have no chance, the young scallywags. I'm just trying to think of how they'd say it back in the early 20th century. That's all.
I don't think they would use the term scallywags, as that was more pirate term.
Well, you little rat. What do you... what's the other one?
Good sir. You would speak to your opponent with honor and dignity. Good sir, I believe that you have the cup, and I would
do you
like
bite
to
your thumb
play.
at me, sir?
Do you bite your thumb? No, I do not bite your thumb.
Just go full Shakespearean on them. By the way, Cody Jazen likes the sweater. He likes your sweater.
Well, good.
You got to show.
You know what happens to people that wear the sweater?
They look cooler.
They figure out that onions are not overrated.
No, Cody, it's a lie. Don't listen to him. He's lying to you. He's lying through his tooth. He thinks he wears a Kraken hat.
Teeths.
He's teeths. Cup final, Alex. Let's break down some of the stats from the game. So, because
Jamie, Ben, where have you been?
You really?
Yes, because I wanted to talk about this, but I was waiting for my point with everything. So you look at so let's talk about Dallas.
Well, let's quick run through.
No.
I don't think we ever said the games. 5-4 overtime, game 4 for Tampa. Double overtime, 3-2. Can I quick tell my overtime story?
What overtime? Does it have to do with your dumb dog?
No. Well, she is in it. So here's why I.
Folks, you can skip about 5 to 7 minutes.
It's not going to take that long. Okay,
I'm counting.
So the first overtime happens because the game would have been on Saturday. We had just had the overtime the game before. I had to wake up early because Wixie woke up early. Kelly was working, so she didn't know anything about it. So I'm up from probably 5:30 in the morning straight through, and because I was doing work for this, I was doing some work for other sites I was writing for, and prepping stuff for Davenport. I was doing a bunch of different stuff all day. So then the game goes to the first overtime. I go, okay, here we go again. But I'm staying up for this because I am ready to, celebrate for Tampa because that's been my pick. And all of a sudden, it goes to second overtime. I'm like, all right, you know what? Let me just set my laptop here. I'll just lay down for just a second, just to kind of, get ready for the second overtime. Out like a light. And all of a sudden, I hear, scores! Perry! Or however Doc called it. But Doc woke me up, and I'm like, I said a lot of words after that. Poor dog woke up because I jumped. And then we were up for another couple hours trying to calm the dog back down. So long story short, yes, I missed the last bit of the second overtime. I watched it back, so don't think I don't know what happened. But so that's my overtime story.
You want to hear my overtime story?
You didn't watch one darn diddly bit of it.
No, I watched it.
Oh, okay.
No,
because that would have been a horrible story.
No, after I got home, I went and I watched I started the third period because me and Katie were watching Da Vinci Code while you were watching the game and stuff. So we kind of watched.
Right, so you guys were
the first two because
that was game 4 because it was Friday night.
Was that game 4?
That was game 4 because I came home. I got home because I was
okay.
I was covering high school football.
So then game 5 then. Okay. So I forgot what I was.
They decided they wanted to watch the Da Vinci Code instead of watching hockey. I had my laptop, God bless it.
You were supposed to be home at 9, so I don't care.
Well, it's high school football. It gets done as long as no kid gets injured, the games are done pretty quickly.
Kelly said 9. But anyways, I digress. So I forgot what I was doing, but I turned on the game at the beginning of the third period, and I watched it until I think there was about 10 minutes left, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm tired. I'll wake up tomorrow morning, and I'll find out.
And watch the Tampa Bay Lightning lift the Stanley.
And I'll find out whether or not Tampa won. And then
you would have known. I would have called you.
And then I wake up literally about 10 seconds before the goal is scored. So I woke up, picked my head up, and was like, huh? And then Dallas scored, and I was like, oh, okay, good night. Turned the TV off.
Harry again.
And it was the dirtiest goal ever.
Dustiest goal. Wasn't the dirtiest.
No, it was dirty.
Dusty and dirty are two different things. There was no
it was
penalty.
Nasty.
There you go. That's better. Gritty.
Nasty.
It was gritty.
It wasn't even that gritty. It was just guys, ladies, you're playing hockey and you're in front of the net. Keep your stick on the ice.
And good things happen.
And put that garbage in the net.
If you don't got a big heart, a big bag of knuckles in front of the net, you don't got dinky do.
Yes. But no, so, okay, now that you got all the scores and stuff out of the way, and you got your overtime story.
All 2 of them.
I got my story out of the way. I want to talk about
story time.
I want to talk about the stars first. And I want to talk about the older players.
We're talking about the stars of the stars or just the stars that scored like stars?
We'll start with the stars of the stars, being the high-paid guys. So, first of all,
according to an executive, suck.
First of all, congrats to Pavelski scoring his 61st playoff goal, becoming officially the most. He's the. How do I put this?
The all-time leading American goal scorer in NHL playoff history.
Bingo! That one passes Joe Mullen
why
and
was that clapping.
Because it's sometimes how that works with getting syllables.
Okay. Words out. Words go.
Passing Joe Mullen and
Mike Modano. Well, Modano was like 58.
Still though, it's not bad.
He passed him.
He passed him in this series, yes. But just saying, Congrats to him. 13th of this playoff. So he's been doing great, and honestly, I think he's going to play a huge part in, Game 6 tonight, potentially into Game 7 if that decides to happen.
Tied with Braden Point, by the way. 13 goals. They both lead the playoffs.
Right. So obviously, those are the 2 top point getters for each team. So Pavelski, you don't really have to worry about. Cody talked about how Sagan and Ben haven't really been performing that well. Honestly, Sagan's kind of been taking me as he's kind of reverted back to how he has been playing when he played with Boston. When I was watching that game, especially in that third period, he played a lot of dump and chase. He played a lot of trying to skate fast, holding the puck deep in the zone while the Stars got to change, because that's another thing that needs to be focused on. I don't know what you're doing.
World Hockey Report just tweeted this. It's what in the Carol Baskin is this? It's two cheetahs going after what is that, like an apple cut Stanley Cup at the Busch Gardens? I don't know what's happening there, but there are two big cats eating a Stanley Cup.
It's got to be some sort of fruit.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. That was very distracting.
Or maybe ice.
Thanks, Cody. Distracting me during my own show.
But God, where was I going with this? Oh yes. So Sagan started. He's been kind of playing similar to how he used to be in Boston, where he would just hold the puck in the offensive zone while the rest of his team, got a line change. Because that's another thing that's been really hurting the Stars is bad line changes. And Cody talked about
Look
how
at you getting all analytical and stuff.
because I pay attention to the game. This is what happens when I actually watch
This
hockey.
is what happens when you watch sports, folks. I can tell you exactly what the Lions did right yesterday because I watched the whole darn thing.
No, honestly, this is what happens when I've been able to fit my schedule so I can actually watch sports. I actually can talk about them more. It's not like last year
So
where
what you're telling me, well, actually, no,
where it's not like it hasn't been like the past 2 years where I've literally just had only the time to watch the highlights and be like, yeah, no, this guy scored, this guy scored.
Trust me, that's how it would have been for us. Again, because we have spring sports.
Well, right. But that being said, so he's been kind of
he hasn't been bad.
He hasn't been bad. It's just the fact that he hasn't been able to get points on the board, which
goals on the board.
Right.
Sorry,
yes.
He said 5 assists in the last 2 games.
My apologies.
I don't
Goals.
mean to make you feel bad. You're
When I say points, I usually mean goals. I don't really count assists as points because they're apples, even though on the stat sheet they are points. Yes, I understand. But Jamie Benn, specifically in Game 6, just keep rolling with me on this. Game 5.
What am I supposed to do, stop you?
Keep rolling with me on this. Game 5. Jamie Benn, Cody said it the best he possibly could. He just hasn't been performing. He, with everything that went on in Game 4, he should have been, in the face, putting everything that he has out there. But he looked sluggish. He looked tired. He wasn't taking draws, as he should have been. He was getting bumped out of the circle, and when he did get bumped out of the circle, he really shows why he is a centerman and not a winger. There were so many times where Pavelski would be popped right into the center spot for a faceoff. He would give Ben the perfect opportunity to get an offensive draw opportunity shot on net, and Ben went literally the exact opposite way of where he should have been.
See, that's why I love the fact that Team Canada base, like, hey, here's what we're going to do. We're going to get a good goaltender, Carey Price, 4 good defensemen and Mark-Edward Vlasic, and 13 centermen. That's literally how they build their teams because they can put guys that can win faceoffs on the dot. They really don't care about the wings jobs. Like, all right, if you're listed as a wing, stay on the boards. Sorry, didn't almost mean to hit you there.
You did hit me there.
I'm sorry. But that's how they run it. But here's the thing. I think Ben, we can't harp on Ben too much because he played extremely well in that series against Vegas.
But we're not talking about Vegas. We're talking about now. We're talking about the Bolts.
And that's why
series.
And that's why I don't think enough people are saying, where's Miro Heiskanen? Because he has been absent for the last 2 rounds.
I couldn't agree more.
He's been quiet. He has been distant. The crowd, the empty crowd, there is an echo for the fanfare of Miro Heiskanen this round and the round before. But yet there's
even the piped-in crowd isn't cheering for him.
Anton Hudobin, and it's funny how we talk about how good Dobby's been, and he played big in Game 5. I love the fact that he's able to.
Game 4 got murdered.
Game 4,
murdered.
That's why when I said after when Cody asked me the question if his Cinderella run is done, and I said no, it's not. But then he plays Game 4, and I'm just like, well, I'm wrong. But then again, there were 21 shots in that second period of that.
He got pummeled. It was a shooting gallery.
It was.
And you know what? All the shots were going in.
Not the
good
was second period.
God.
But they were able to just come from behind, and Dallas able to continue to do this thing. And they don't need Sagan. They don't need him to score the goals. They don't need Ben. They just need guys to show up. When Thomas Gurley is scoring goals, you're in a good spot. When this kid named Yoel Kiviranta, I know, when he's stepping up, that's big. Guys that are no names, guys that are bottom six, guys that park their butts on the fourth line and have a ball there. Those are the guys that end up playing big moments. Now, yes, you want your star players. That's why Braden Point, Nikita Kucherov, those guys are just working for Tampa. But it's the play of guys like Blake Coleman, Barclay Goodrow, Patty Maroon, Kevin Shattenkirk, who is going to make $7 million now just because of this one season again. He's going to be a high-paid defenseman.
He shouldn't, though.
Alex. Well, actually, no. Flat cap may ruin it, but Alex, in a different time, he gets $8 million next year. You know it for a fact.
Well, in a different time, but you know what? We're in this time.
Flat cap, so maybe he will only get 4 or 5. Regardless, those are the guys that are stepping up. Now, how can Tampa respond? Because that is a debilitating loss. But the nice part is between Game 5 and, I guess, a Game 4 loss for your Dallas is that you didn't have the next night to bounce back, but you have a day off to rest. You have pretty much played 3 games in a 2-game span. Because it was only about halfway through that second overtime.
You're right.
But they're able to relax. Like, all right, we know what we got to do. Because think of it this way. The Lightning were nowhere near close to winning in 2015. And a lot of those guys weren't there. Hedman was there, yeah. Vasilevsky was riding the pine watching Ben Bishop pull his groin. You had, who else was on defense? I think Strawman was still there at the time. I think Braden Point was a rookie. Or he was very young in his career, if he was playing at that point.
Right.
Actually, no, I got to look it up because I don't think he was actually.
But
hold on. I'm almost there. Imagine all those kids, no matter what. No, he was not there. 16-17 was his first season. Glad I looked that up. But none of a lot of these guys, this is their first chance to actually clinch the cup, to close it out. And yes, they've won a lot of series before that, but it's a different being trying to not just win a playoff series, but win the cup. They have to now, they had a chance to, all right, guys, we know what it's like. Now the pressure, not saying the pressure's off, but it's not at the front of their minds like, oh my gosh, we can do a thing tonight. Now they're like, all right, let's go play a game. Because it is the most routine, the most dumb answer you ever hear in a presser. You always got to take it one game at a time, and it's just another game. Yes, you say that with the mics in front of you, but when that puck drops, all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, it can happen.
It's a circus.
It is, your brain goes nuts. And people that, I love like, oh, these hockey players, they know what they're doing. No, trust me, players have emotions too. They may not show it in the camera and the lights on, but guess what? They know what it's like. You see players get razzed. Some players crumble in these situations. But Tampa now, John Cooper, hasn't won a cup, but he's won in the pro level before. He said, all right, guys, we know what we need to do to win a single hockey game. And you have a lot of leadership in there. Stamkos may not be dressing. He's done. It pains me, but it's true. He is done. But he's going to go in that locker room like, guys, listen. People will listen to him. He's the captain. Victor Hedman. Hey, guys, I was there in 15. It stunk, but we know what we need to do now. You have a lot of players in that dressing room that have experienced the loss, have experienced the embarrassment, especially all of them from last season. These guys know the pain of losing, which is why it makes them a bigger and better candidate to win, which is why, Alex, it's still going to go to 7 games.
Maybe. Well, here's my...
I still think Dallas is going to win tonight.
Well, here's what I'm going to say about this. Tampa is in a better position to win tonight than they were in Game 5.
Yes.
No doubt about it.
Mentally, physically, the whole night.
You have an extra day of rest. You can just honestly just decompress. That's the best thing you can do, especially in their situation, is to decompress. That, and then you also take into factor that they were told before game time that, oh yeah, by the way, Stamkos is out again. So that probably...
I think that was a little bit more... I think that was a little more known. I'm pretty sure that should not... The way Game 3 ended for him, I think that should have been a little more obvious. But
it was probably obvious, and it was probably one of those things that, after the game was over, it's like, Stamkos is not going to be able to, play tonight or play tomorrow night, whatever. But it's still got to play some sort of mental factor that everyone was excited. Stamkos scores in his first game back, and the bench goes ballistic, and then he's gone. Yeah. That has to take some sort of mental toll. At the very least, it kind of distracts them. So now they understand that this game, there's no more Stamkos. That sort of distraction is gone. There's nothing that they can do else. There's nothing else that they can do. The burden of Stamkos playing, of whether or not he's going to play, that burden is lifted off their shoulders. They don't have to worry about it anymore. All they have to do is, like you said, they have to play a game of hockey. All they have to do is on one side of the ice, try to put the puck in the net. On the other side of the ice, don't let the puck go in the net. It's that simple.
You sound like the manager from Bull Durham. Baseball is a simple game.
It really is.
Throw the ball, hit the ball.
If you take
you
it,
catch the ball.
If you take any sport and you break it down to its base level, it is super simple. It's all of the strategy behind it that makes it complex.
Football, you run that way with the ball. Basketball, you put in that little hoop. Baseball, you hit it and you run around the base. Hockey, you put the puck by that big leather-looking dude and into the net.
But
you race around really, really fast.
You see what I'm getting at, though? If you take everything out of the scenario, these players have been playing hockey for decades now. They have the muscle memory. All you have to do is play the game. It's a lot.
Can't wait till John
It's
Cooper.
a lot more complex than that. It's a lot more, actual getting strategy, especially for Tampa Bay, where their strategy is, we're going to hold the puck at the point and find a situation where we can get two offensive players, two forwards, right in front of the goalie at the one point, and then make him just not see the puck at all. And then, by the way, throw in, what was it, a 95-mile-an-hour blast to get the Bolts lead? That was
Mikhail Sergachev's
goal. By the way, freaking amazing shot. I don't know how it went in, but it
Foot
did.
off the ice, glove side. Great
it was
shot.
glove side.
And Sergachev's never been a guy to shoot the puck. Well, yes. If I can't.
He was stoked.
I want to see the Quest for the Cup, the ESPN Plus Quest for the Cup that series that they're doing, whatever. I want to see that right before Game 6 tonight. John Cooper, walk in there. All right, boys. Lost tough on the other night, but here's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to score more than they will. All right, let's go, boys.
Hey, it's a damn good speech. You know why? It's to the point.
Points line, Hedman's pairing, and let's go with McElhenney. You start tonight. Why not? No.
Don't play with my emotions, Ty.
All of a sudden, it wouldn't be Stone Cold Steven Stamkos. It'd be the gong. It'd be Curtis McElhenney rising from the dead.
No,
The Undertaker.
No, it would be Glorious by Bobby Roode.
Bobby Roode. He hasn't been. But McElhenney is so humble, though. Like, he's not that kind of guy. McElhenney, I don't think...
You don't think him being able to win the Stanley Cup, he wouldn't be, give me all of the glitz and glamour and the robes.
I don't think has he ever said a word? Like, I've never, then again, I've never watched his pressers, but he doesn't seem like the guy that would ever speak. That just seems like him, though.
He's kind of like a Craig Anderson guy.
I'm still kind of bummed about that Ottawa's not going to bring him back. But I understand.
Why? He sucks.
I understand.
He's not good.
It's similar to what Detroit's doing, except Ottawa, I think, is in a better position than Detroit is.
Well, yeah, because how many picks do they have?
We'll get to I think they have 7. 7 in the first 2 rounds this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're kind of better off.
I still think they should trade one.
No.
I think they should trade one.
Nope.
Well, who was it from?
Hey, Ty, do you want a team to have a future?
Oh, gosh. Who was it from headlines that they said may trade one of their first-round picks? I think it would have been Detroit, because Elliot Freeman talked about it.
Detroit is not going to trade their first-round picks.
Well,
Tyler, we just listened to the Steve Yzerman interview, or at least you heard like the first few minutes of it. I watched the entire thing the other night.
By the way, can we just... Well, we'll get to Steve Yzerman and all that stuff later.
And by the other night, I mean last night.
I'll find the headlines clip from the other night, but I'll find it later when we get to actually talking about the trades and the draft picks and stuff like that later on in the show. Still talking about the Cup final tonight. 8 o'clock puck drop. 6 o'clock for folks like Cody out there in the mountain time, local time, that probably won't fall asleep right
Eastern
away.
by 6 p.m. No, 8 p.m.
8
That's
o'clock, prime time here on the Eastern
That's
Seaboard.
what PM stands for. Prime money.
Then what does AM stand for, Alex?
All the money.
That's where the morning shows go. AM, all the money goes there.
That's where the stock exchange is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, money. You want to hear it? Bam, 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 bam. You know what show I'm talking about.
Mad Money, yeah, Mad Money. Wasn't I the one that showed you that?
Well, I saw it before. I didn't know what... you can't say the name of something that I don't know. But you're like, hey, look at this. I'm like, oh, yeah, I've seen that before.
The CNBC guy that just makes like a bunch of he was literally who should be a meme. I think he's he was meme before memes were a thing.
I'm pretty sure he already is a meme, Ty.
Can someone post a meme, a Mad Money meme?
Post a meme in the chat. Where all my gamers at in the chat, boys?
All of our Canadian or any of our listeners from around the globe are like, who the heck? Mad Money is pretty much it's a money economic Wall Street show where a guy in a awful like rolled up white shirt with a half down tie is just slamming buttons on a board, yelling, "Get this stock! Everyone's got this stock. Your grandmother's got the stock." Bah, bah, bah. That's like how it goes.
He's going ballistic.
He goes ballistic for 2 hours.
He goes ballistic like missiles.
That man has a 2-hour show, and we can barely get 2.5 hours here at 12 Ounce Sports.
No, he's got a 2-hour show. We do 2.5 hours.
He has 2.5 hour show. We have 2.5 hour show once a week. That man is on every night. I think. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
We should go every night, Alex.
No.
3 hours every night.
First of
7
all,
to 10.
First of all, we don't have that much content. Second of all, no. Third of all, refer to number 2.
You just ran out of options, or?
No.
Well, okay. All right. So before we go to break, Alex, we should pick how we think. Well, I said it's going to go 7.
Dallas in 7 is what I said. Right? Is that what I said? Or did I say Dallas
You said Stars in 7. I said Bolts in 6. So
is that what I said?
And here's the thing: I say Tampa's going to win, but I feel like Dallas is going to win tonight. It just seems like this series needs to go 7 games because
for my financial investment, Dallas needs to win.
Financial investment.
I bought a shirt.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Wait,
but not like this year. I bought a Medano Belfour 99 campaign shirt.
Oh, okay. I was about to you bought a 2020 Stanley Cup. You lost.
Dude, no.
Well, that is an L. That's a big fat L.
No, I'm not that
With
stupid.
her finger and her thumb on her forehead. L. Loser.
Loser. L7 weenie. A foot long. A Dodger dog. A weenie.
Great movie.
Great movie, Sandlot.
But so you say 7. I just and Cody's right. Cody Point's right.
Cody's point? Oh, I thought you said Cody Point's right.
Cody's point was right.
Cody Point's right.
You can't pull your mic away and try to talk, Alex. You can't do that. So the first 5 minutes of this game are important. I'm not saying, you know what? No, I'm not going to say it. I was going to say first goal wins this hockey game. I don't think so. I'm not going to now. That does not mean who doesn't score first is going to win this game. But I just don't think the first goal in this hockey game will have the same merit as it has had when I've said it in previous rounds. This game is not going to be over in the first 5 minutes. It's important to set the tone, but you're going to have one team then chasing, which will make it really interesting. This game will come down to whoever gets the last shot. This is a basketball analogy as I'll ever give it. Whoever has, well, if it goes to overtime, it will.
You want to know why I don't think so?
Why not?
It's going to end in regulation.
You think it's going to end in regulation?
Tonight's going to end in regulation. And it's not going to be the first goal that wins it. It's not going to be the last goal. It's going to be the second to last goal. Because Dallas is going to be up by 2 late in the third. Tampa's going to score 1. They're going to pull the goalie.
And Dobby holds the fort.
And Dobby holds the fort.
I'm going to... What time is the football game? What? I'm confused.
Why are you talking about football?
Did I say something?
What?
No. Well, there is that Monday night game tonight.
What time is the football game?
Dad, what?
What football game?
Did I say football?
Oh, you might have been talking about Northview.
Oh, I was at Northview, but it wasn't Northview's game. Well, okay. Regardless, high school.
Tails. Was it Central or Northern?
Yes, it was Northern taking on Central.
That's funny.
And Central won by a lot.
Wildcat Stadium, where they do not serve Wildcat burgers.
Well, okay, yeah, they're not gonna sell Wildcat burgers when it's the Rangers and the Huskies. That's why I told Rick I got to be there when they actually have.
I'm just saying, if Forest Hills people had the Wildcat burger, they might come to just Northview games for the Wildcat burger.
No, they would transfer their kids to come to Northview. And Northview would be they'd become a super
they'd be
team.
Better than the garbage that they already are. I'm calling you out, Northview. The football program sucks. Klikutka, get it together.
Klikutka?
Yeah, he's the principal there.
Is this, or his kid's playing at Aquinas?
Alex? Is he still playing at Aquinas?
Well, he was.
Is he still alive?
Yeah, he's alive.
Oh, I thought he was still a druggie.
Alex Kaka. Yeah, he's playing with Aquinas. Yeah. Because I remember he was playing last year. Him and Schwantz brothers, one of the 14 boys they have now. The Schwantz. But yes, I think that this series will go to 7. But I want my pick to be right. Bolts in 6, It's the only reason why I like Dallas is because of the song. Listen, people are annoyed by it, but those are also the same people that are like Ranger fans that hate the fact that they have the Ranger song.
No, people are Rangers fans because they're in New York, and that's all that's good in sports.
I don't know why you would cheer for the Rangers.
Why would you live in New York?
New York, because it's New York.
Dude, unless you're rich, you're poor.
Unless you're... Great job, Alex. That's a great financial analysis.
It's not like
you should be on Mad Money.
It's not Tyler. It's not like Grand Rapids or some like place in the Midwest where, if you're not making 6 digits every single year,
6 digits before the decimal point.
Before the decimal point, yes, and after tax, you're not just like in poverty. No, if you're in New York and you're not rich, you're probably in poverty. Well. Technical term poverty. You may not feel poor, but you're under the poverty line.
I feel like you have to say New York like that.
No, because then you're just pulling the freaking. You're just
Green Acres is the place to be.
Ba-da-da.
Farm living is the life for me.
Ba-da-da.
Land stretching out so far and wide. Keep Manhattan, just give me that countryside.
Do you want to go to break?
Yeah, we should go to break. Maybe have a bra, eh?
Maybe. A is the first letter of the alphabet. What's it to you?
What's it to? Well, it could be followed by the B, which starts with. That's what brats start with.
Belligerent brats, because the Bolts are playing tonight. Because they are bad at being Bolts, and I'm hungry for brats.
I'm hungry for brats too.
Brats.
Let's go.
Brats.
Let's go get
Bolts.
brats.
Buyouts next. Here on Untitled Sports.
Drink Aid, ready for distribution worldwide. Drink Aid, ready for distribution worldwide.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, I am 2 brats fuller. Ugh.
That was a good decision, honestly. Thank
Told
you.
you the second one didn't have a bun.
Well, I only wanted one anyways. I wanted to say more because I want to enjoy them after. Because Dad and Colleen, they went on their trip to the UP. Kuel Quest, by the way. Be sure to follow them. Kuel Quest here on Instagram, or if you're on YouTube as well, Kuel Quest. They're going to have a cool video about their trip to the UP, the Porcupine Mountains, and all that good stuff. See, Alex, that's how you do promos. I got a burp. Oh, gosh. That was coming up, and there was no stopping it. Be sure to check out all their cool stuff. If you're a big outdoorsy person, be sure to follow them. They brought us some beers from Marquette.
Okay.
Remember the one I showed you, the Grand Rabbits one?
No, I saw it. I remember.
Yeah.
I don't have amnesia.
You don't have amnesia, but there are times that you just completely forget stuff. Like, I'll have to tell you a story.
Any human forgets stuff.
I don't, Alex. Actually, no, I do. I do.
Tyler, were you about to say you'll tell me something and then I forget it? You act like half the time I actually listen to you. Half the time we do this show, I wait for you to stop what you're about to stop saying stuff, and then I move on to the next point.
You're not wrong.
I am Ron McClain. You are Don Cherry. Except for you're not racist.
I'm, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm trying to figure out what. Well,
Tyler, don't say you're racist.
No, Don. I'm trying to think of all the bad. Like, I'm just saying, like, if you went back through everything that Don Cherry has said, that is like, imagine. Remember the infamous, it was a woman getting smacked with the puck, and it's always a woman or whatever at a game talking, or
it's always a woman. Yup, and her lips. Keep your head up, and you won't have to worry about that.
Yeah, and I just could you imagine if that was said nowadays? That would have got him kicked off the air. The amount of stuff he was allowed to get away with because CBC was just shoving pockets or money into their pockets like crazy. And that was back when the dollar wasn't too bad. It was actually pretty good. But, that's why. And they realized at this point, I'm like, well, we can get rid of Don Cherry now because he's not making us money, and that was pretty bad.
Was pretty bad? Is bad.
Well, it was because he said it, and now he doesn't say it anymore because he's not on there. Now we got Brian Burke, which is a cleaner version of Don Cherry.
Brian Burke.
I say more coherent.
A different old white man with more hair, though.
With a lot more hair. Do you think Don just losing his hair, or do you think he actually cuts it that way?
I think he's old, so he probably lost it.
Well, he's not
He's
bald.
balding.
You could tell he's got a buzz cut.
Dude, he's balding. He's old. Men bald when they get old. Women bald when they get old.
Brian Burke's going to have that hair, though, for a long time. Because Burke...
He probably gets those hair plug things.
Burke is old, yeah. Well, maybe. I'm just going to close the window. Sorry, there's people outside and they're yipper-yapper, and it's annoying me. Even though it does have a nice breeze coming in here, though. That was
Kentwood.
This is not... Is this Kent? No, this is Grand Rapids. This is technically in Grand Rapids.
Technically, you're not in Grand
One
Rapids.
block, one way is Kentwood. The other block, the other way is Ada. Another block, the other way is...
Hey, Ty.
Wyoming. What?
Hey, Ty, you want me to tell you something?
What?
You're not in Grand Rapids.
My address says Grand Rapids.
Well, yes, your mailing address is. But technically, do you pay Grand Rapids tax? No, you want to know why? Because you should pay Kentwood tax.
I don't know what I pay. I don't know.
Technically, you're not in the city of Grand Rapids. You're in the greater Grand Rapids area, just like how when we were up on the north side in Plainfield Township. Technically, we were a Plainfield Township address. However, we were in the greater Grand Rapids area, so then whenever we put stuff down,
there's a difference between living in Kentwood, the city of Kentwood, and living in the city of Grand Rapids. We live in the city of Grand Rapids, city of Wyoming, the city
You
of
don't
Ada.
live in the city of Grand Rapids. I'll pull it up right now.
No, okay, no, later.
Go off on the news. I will prove you wrong.
We got stuff to talk about. Well, Alex, the first bit of news requires both of us because it's a conversation piece.
Okay, I'm listening.
What are you going to do? Okay, no, because you pull up a map later. We'll do that after the show when we're both having beers from Grand Rapids or wherever that's from. Black something.
Keep talking, Bug.
Grand Rapids.
No,
okay.
seriously. Start talking about the news.
I don't want to talk about the news without you. You got.
I'm right here. I can talk to you. I can multitask.
You don't even listen to me. You never listen to what I say. This is why it'll never work. Anyway, sorry. I'll get to the signings then, because apparently, Alex, yep. See, Grand Rapids area. Wait, yeah, Kick Rocks, bud.
Okay, I guess you are in this.
We are in Grand Rapids, just barely. Anyways. Do we want to do buyouts or contracts first? Most can be buyouts or contract signings first.
Let's talk about buyouts.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah.
So you want me to do it?
Well, you are the host, Alex. I was waiting for you.
Sure. So Bobby Ryan, good old big bad Bobby.
No, he's not bad anymore. He's good. He cleaned up.
Well, big bad Bob. It's just B thing, man.
It's a B thing.
Big bad Bobby. The Bolts need big bad Bobby and the Bruins to play basketball.
He's gonna have his brats,
belligerent brats and the Bruins and Baston and
the Bruins and bats and brutes. Yes, Bobby Ryan, Bill Masterton Award winner. Bobby Ryan is bought out, and I get it. From a hockey standpoint, from a contract standpoint, from a franchise standpoint, it's time to move on. The team is going to be competitive without guys like Bobby Ryan. We talked about Mark Borowiecki and Craig Anderson not going to be offered contracts. The team will still be competitive because I listed that off on Thursday. It just stinks, though, after the even though we've harped on Bobby Ryan for so long for being not good enough and whatever, and that's when this whole thing came out about his alcoholism. It kind of like, oh, wow, this man's been struggling, not just on the ice, but off the ice. So in terms of everything, it kind of stinks, but I'm glad I guess there had to have been conversations. From all I've been reading, this has been a good buyout. Is that a good way to put it? It's been
clean.
It's been a clean buyout, yeah, where the player understands, the team needs to do what
there's mutual agreement.
Yes, mutual understanding.
Yeah, mutual understanding, yeah.
And listen, because he was making what, 9?
9.75 or 7.25.
7.25. A lot of money for not worth 7.25.
Well, and another thing, too, you have to take into consideration is that he had a modified no trade clause, no move clause.
Because, when he signed it, he was big, bad Bobby Ryan. This was the Bobby Ryan that was a big part of that 2015 team. I'm not going to give him so much in the 2017 team. That was a lot of Mike Hoffman, Kyle Turris.
Well, his 7-year contract his 7-year deal with Ottawa was signed in 2014.
Yes, because that would have been 2013 was the year they made it to the second round. They beat Montreal,
which he was not on that team. He was in Anaheim.
Was he not traded? No, he was traded. Go to transactions. Scroll up. Go to transactions.
Was he?
He was, signed in traded from Anaheim, July of 2013. Oh, no, you're right. He was traded in July of 2013. He was not on that team. They brought him and they signed him.
Count it.
He was a big part of that 2015 team that came back. The 2016 team was not, don't forget, the 2016 Ottawa Senators were the last Canadian team that had a chance to make the playoffs. 2017 was there. He didn't play the biggest role, but he produced, was able to help that team out, and it just never panned out. This was not the Bobby Ryan that was deking out everyone's jock straps in Anaheim, but now he has, and I don't want to say he's going to have a career revitalization somewhere, but now he has an opportunity to go somewhere, and he doesn't need to be the guy. And for guys at his age that can still play, like a Jason Spezza, Alex, look at Jason Spezza, $700,000. And I'm pretty sure Kyle Dubas is like, I don't care how cheap that was a great deal.
See, but okay, here's the thing, though. The one thing we need to talk about, where could he fit?
That's the tough part, because I think he's got a great understanding of himself. Because as far as I know, the cap, can you look up what minimum's going to be this year?
The floor?
No, the contract, the minimum wage. What's minimum wage going to be this year? Look up.
I think it's going to be 700 again.
Is it 700 or 750? Regardless, I think.
Look it up.
Yeah, just quick look that up because I don't see Bobby making any more than that. So it's not like it's going to be a massive pull for a team to get him.
So the minimum salary will remain $700,000 next year. 2021-22 is when it will rise up to $750,000.
So when Seattle comes in, a bunch of fourth liners that are going to go play for Seattle. Is Seattle going to get their own team?
Seattle?
Are they building their? Oh no, weren't they going to get a team in Florida? Their AHL team going to be in Florida. I remember there was talk about that.
I think so. I think it's somewhere.
The guys are going to sign the $750,000 contracts will be going down there. Anyways, regardless, I like the idea of Bobby Ryan getting a chance to play somewhere that he's not needed, but he can still be
that's the thing, though. I think Bobby would be a good fit for a team like Seattle because...
Well, that's the problem. Someone's going to have to... I think someone's signing him for a 1-year deal.
Well,
Bobby, and it's going to be have you really figured it out, Bobby?
Here's my problem, though. And I know it's probably going to be Buffalo. But look at just... Like
put him on a line with Eric Stahl, have the old guys.
Do you have Cap Friendly up by chance? Because I do.
I had it. I did, but now I do.
But pull up Cap Friendly and then click the teams tab and just look at the teams. Okay, just look at them. Look at all the logos. Tell me a team that he would actually fit, or at the very least, they need a player like Bobby Ryan. Go down the list. Boston doesn't need him. Buffalo could use him. Detroit doesn't. I don't want them to need them because he doesn't really need them.
Well, Steve Yzerman said, Alex, what do you say? He wants to have a team on the ice that can be competitive. Tell me a forward outside their top 6. I'm just saying. It wouldn't be an off.
Zadina is technically in their top 6. Mantha, Larkin.
Phillips, Zadina. I would like to see him.
Anastasia's in Edmonton now.
Here's the thing. A $750,000 contract, Alex, and a borderline roster spot.
But here's the thing. Do you think he's going to sign a $750 contract?
Yes.
No.
Jason Spezza went from...
No, he's not. Bobby Ryan is not Jason Spezza. He is not.
You're right. Jason Spezza is better. Bobby Ryan understands
How old is Jason Spezza, Ty?
Well, he is 40-something.
40-something. So Bobby Ryan's about 10 years younger than him. He's got 10 more years of playing before he gets to $750. He's going to be making at least $3 million towards your cap. At least $3 million. Yes.
No, he's not good enough, Alex.
Yes, I think he is.
Okay, he's probably good enough, but he needs to show he's good enough. That's why he's going to... Why did Jason Spezza sign a minimum wage contract?
The only place I see him... Why did he... Because he wanted to win.
No, because he realized that...
He wanted to win and he wanted to go home.
The way it ended in Dallas, he was not the same kind of player that when he signed that big contract that he had. And I think Bobby Ryan realized that. Bobby Ryan needs to show that he can be worth, Alex, $3 million, $4 million again.
But is he going to get that on a team like Detroit? No.
Well, no, that's why I'm saying maybe Detroit's not the best fit. It would be for a guy to get to get playing time, yes, but he's not going to want to go from Ottawa
to Detroit. If he goes to
Detroit.
A place like Detroit or Buffalo, hell, why not even throw in New Jersey in there because he's from New Jersey, so he might take a hometown discount.
You haven't read the story of Bobby Ryan, have you? It's not a good story.
I know,
but
what I'm saying is when you play for teams like that, half of your salary is being paid to lose.
See, that's why, Alex, and I say this, and I'm going to say 2 teams, one in each conference, and this is why I say it, because the fact that they are both in cap hell, but they could use a player that has the opportunity to play in a limited role for cheap and produce.
Okay, name off both teams, and I'll tell you whether or not I disagree.
Simply because, like I said, cap hell, Vegas. Put him back with Mark Stone, man. I'm just saying. You put him, just saying, that's a team that's really together. And for a guy of his, of what he has gone through, that is important to have a team that's really, hey, Bobby, welcome to the team. He can flourish under that possibility. Now, a team that I don't think has the same kind of mindset, but as we saw with Jason Spezza, it sounds dumb, but I read it a couple times on Twitter, but the more I think about it, the more it kind of makes sense. The Toronto Maple Leafs.
No, they don't need another forward.
They need a cheap... No, they don't need another forward. They need cheap forwards.
They don't know. Absolutely not. For one, they don't need another forward. 2, they need defenders. And 3...
That's why $750,000...
They need to stop picking up everybody's trash.
Jason Spencer's not trash. He's a good man. He's a father. Man's got a family.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, bud. I need to understand.
No, Toronto does not. No. What Toronto needs is
then
to get rid of some of that contract crap that they decided to mess up on.
Yeah, no one's going to take those contracts in a flat cap era. Okay.
Buy out Tavares.
They can't.
Count it.
No, you still count. Okay. Buyouts, ladies and gentlemen, shockingly, count against your cap.
No.
It's depleted, but it counts against your cap. So if you they bought out Bobby Ryan. Good for them. Means they don't have room. No. Well,
fine. Trade Tavares somewhere.
Trade Tavares for who's going to take on an $11 million contract?
Retain half.
They're not going to trade their captain. Marner, yes.
Their captain? He ain't a freaking captain. He ain't their captain.
Okay, we're not doing this.
Silent Joe Bob Tavares is not a captain.
We're not going to do this.
They don't need a captain.
Fine.
Mr. I didn't need a captain.
I'm going to stick with the Leafs with Bobby Ryan on the East. But let's look, Alex, at Vegas. Why can't we say that? Because in the West, for teams that are going to want, Calgary's going to want to try to improve. Edmonton's going to try to look for a bigger name. He wouldn't work in St. Louis. I just don't think that's a good situation. Nashville is an awful spot for a guy like him. I'm sorry.
So is LA.
LA is bad. All the California teams will not be good for him. Chicago, I don't know what the heck. But that's why I'm like Vegas.
I don't know about Winnipeg.
I don't think they would want to make that move.
Zona?
They're gonna have the space. And like I said, it's a minimum wage contract. But they're not going to sign Hall.
Okay.
Darcy Kemper. All of a sudden, Darcy Kemper's in trade rumors galore.
Tyler, for the sake of argument, let's not say he's not. Let's say that he has a bit of dignity and he doesn't take a minimum wage.
Fine.
Minimum wage contract.
$2 million. I'll give you $2
million. Okay, I'll work with that. Let's see. Projected cap space for next year, $1.16 million.
No, don't forget.
But
that's all the LTIR. Go down there. There's not.
But I know.
Let's see what they got. They still have Jess Hossa.
That's all right though.
Well, that's why, Alex. That's why it's called LTIR. You can take. That doesn't count against your cap.
I know, but still, that's a lot.
But they finally have paid off Datsuk and Pronger. Let's just be honest about that. But listen, they're not going to have Hall. Don't even worry about him. Soderberg.
They should keep. Richardson, they should not keep. Fisher, they should keep. Hinostroza, why not?
Alex, you say like Fisher. He's an RFA. They have to sign him.
They don't have to sign him.
Who is it? Ilya Lyubushkin? Yeah, that's minimum wage.
Yeah.
Or $800,000 or whatever. The problem is all of a sudden I keep hearing about Darcy Kemper being a guy that's going to get traded. I'm just like, what? He's your best goaltender. You trade Ranta for nothing. You give up a 7th-round pick to go with them just to kind of sweeten the pot a little bit. It's like throwing mozzarella cheese sticks in with a meal. It makes it a little bit better.
But Ranta's good.
Ranta's not Kemper good, though.
True.
Ranta does not lead a team into the playoffs. Darcy Kemper, had there actually been a little bit of slight defense there with that team, they may have won 2 games against Colorado.
No,
poor Darcy Kemper looked like Denny Lemieux in Slapshot, having post-traumatic stress and shell shock in the locker room, throwing stuff around or whatever, panicking, and has to have the trainer come over and calm him down. That was Darcy Kemper against the Colorado Avalanche in the first round, Alex.
If they're going to trade Darcy Kemper, they better get Frederik Anderson. I'm just saying.
Be still, my beating heart. Darcy Kemper is a Leaf.
You're welcome.
A goaltender that would like just cheer for no matter like he would be my James. He would be my James.
Hold on. Let me
because I've loved Darcy Kemper since his time in Minnesota.
Let me get you an HHO real quick.
A what?
Hockey hard on.
Oh, okay.
30-year-old goaltender. Playoff worthy. A starter. Only 4.5 on the cap. You don't have to worry about him for another year after next. For,
because this is Freddie's last year. So you have Kemper for 2, you have Anderson for 1.
And
he
knows how to split time.
And we have Jack Campbell. Is Jack Campbell for another year?
Yes.
But I'm just like...
I'm going to check, but I'm going to say yes.
Because here's the thing. Darcy Kemper, I don't know if it's because he played for such a bad Minnesota team and made them play well.
Campbell has...
1 more year. Okay.
1 more year after next.
1.65. That's not bad at all.
No.
Oh, man.
Then...
Because here's the thing with Freddie. I've stood up for Frederik Anderson, but it's time. Like James, I would go through. I don't care how bad the Leafs were, how bad James is playing. Randy Carlisle saying James played okay. Listen here, Randall. James Reimer was fine. You go out there and get Bernier. You shook the poor kid's confidence. That man's got a family now. He's got 2 daughters.
Bobby Ryan.
What?
Just kidding. Pulling you back in a little bit.
Oh, yes. Bobby Ryan. Wait, going to zone? It would be I don't think they're going to be... Listen, if they can't bring back Hall, and if you are going to shop Phil Kessel, Arizona is not going to be squat next year. Why is it whenever the Coyotes...
Supplement Hall with Bobby Ryan.
No, because Hall is a better player than Bobby Ryan, despite Hall not being as the same Taylor Hall as the MVP Taylor Hall.
Okay, but
I'm annoyed the fact that Arizona...
Who is actually going to be picking up Phil Kessel for 2 years? 6.8. Who?
If Arizona's got cap room, they can retain.
They can retain, but what I'm saying is who's going to pick that up? Because Kessel
Minnesota
is a modified no trade clause, no move clause.
Minnesota goes back. Well, he doesn't go home, but he goes to where he played
Do you
college.
really think he's going to go to Minnesota? No, better question. Do you really think that Minnesota's going to pick up 6.8? Let's look at Minnesota.
If they throw Darcy Kemper in
Let's look at Minnesota real quick, just for the sake of things.
I have. Because since they got rid of Stahl, Koivu's gone.
Projected cap space is 11.975.
They got
okay,
a lot. They got
sure.
space.
But
I
they still have to sign
I don't know if they're
Greenway, Galchenyuk, Sturm.
Galchenyuk will be cheaper.
Koivu, they're not re-signing.
Sturm will be
Kunin's going to be cheap. Who else did they sign? Susi is a UFA G6. Dubnik is a contract that you have to worry about, not this year, but next. That is if you keep him.
But Doobie's going to be
Alex
cheap.
Alex Stalock is a player that you're going to have to probably pay $2 million after his contract's done.
If he plays like
Alex Stalock is a good player.
When I wrote
good pro.
When I wrote the Alex Stalock story for the Hockey Writers a couple weeks ago, I was like, man, this guy, he deserves his chance to be a starting goaltender. I'm like, you could bring Kemper back, but I'm like, no. And when I did my UFA, like UFAs, they should go after. There's a lot of goaltenders going to be available this offseason. Stick with Stalock. Give Stalock the chance that he deserves. But Bobby Ryan.
If Corey Perry didn't play good, I'd supplement Corey Perry with Bobby Ryan.
Vegas. I'll give you Arizona. Vegas, Arizona, because apparently Toronto is just not going to work.
Toronto doesn't need players. They just need to get rid of cap.
Wait, hold on. They don't. You're right. They need to get rid of players. What you're saying.
They don't need players. They need to get rid of players.
So
Mitch Marner's overrated.
Let's jump into
Austin Matthews. Slow.
He was sick. He had COVID. The man didn't.
I'm talking regular season, bud.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's because he's just.
Just because he's new.
So
overpaid.
Let's.
Tavares, not a captain. Frederick Anderson, garbage.
All right.
Hutchinson, gone.
15. Well, Hutchie's gone. He's with Colorado, Alex.
Yeah. That was a good opportunity to have a good goalie.
Well, yeah, he looks good because there's a good team in front of him.
What?
Hello, wife. Oh, wife's.
Oh,
we have a member of the peanut gallery for the time being. All right, so let's jump to Luke Fox's article where he talks about possible buyouts.
Okay.
And let's be easy. Oh, thank you, dear, for taking care of Alex's dishes. What'd she say? Did she say?
And George probably.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't have a dish. I just grabbed the bun. Anyways,
you may not have dish right now, but you may have dishes before and after.
That's true. Luke Fox of the Sportsnet, almost said that wrong. He wrote a piece. Luke Fox Jukebox on Twitter wrote a piece on possible guys that are going to be buyouts this year. And there are some in there, Alex, that I'm like, okay. And then there's some that are be like, huh. And then there's some that are like, why are you doing this? But then again, there's a lot here. So do we want to just do, because we have a couple other things to talk about, do we want to do yes or no's, or do we want to give an actual reasoning?
Yes or no, and then we'll highlight like two.
Okay. Well, the first one that he starts off with is Carl Alsner. No, duh.
Yeah.
Carl Alsner has not been an NHL defenseman since, when was he in Washington?
2015, I think.
It's been a while.
Didn't he play with Green?
Mike Green?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was Alsner's left-handed, so it's a good chance. So, yes, at one point, Alsner was worth 4.625 AAV, but not anymore. Real deal James Neal.
No.
No buyout?
No buyout. He holds too much value on your offense right now. I'm sorry. He's helping hold together.
And he looks good. It's the fact that he's making $5.75 million. That's the problem in all this. And it's not going to be like, and how are you going to explain that if you're Ken Holland? Hey, James, we're going to buy you out, but we're going to offer you a $3 million contract. He's not signing that, okay? So Kenny Holland shouldn't, because of how he can play a role, but obviously the role he'll be playing is not worth almost $6 million. So I can see why you would, but you shouldn't, because he's been a key player for the Oilers.
He holds too much value.
Yes. Next one, Alex.
Henrik Lundqvist. Yes. 1 year is too many years. He's done. He's done. I don't care if it's the quote-unquote right thing to do. I don't care if it's the storybook ending. Doc Emmerich, bless his soul, really spoke to my heart, when he called that last game.
Doc just knows how to do that.
When he really spoke to my heart, especially
because it was your Canes, that's why you were watching it. But anyway,
I was watching it, and no, there's Henrik sitting on the bench in what could have been his last game as a Ranger. It's time. He's done his due diligence for the team. He's helped them get along.
He cried
when Zuccarello left, because you know what? Zuccarello was just the first of many.
You're right, Alex. He should go. Dubnyk for Lundqvist, 1-for-1. Go back to Minnesota, play with Zook. No, it's not going to happen.
Lundqvist, it's over. It's time.
At this point, yes. If he gets bought out, he should call it, because he is the kind of guy. Because he should realize
he's not worth 8.5.
Despite being, I don't think he's. Well, listen, despite how he played against Carolina a couple of those games where he actually looked pretty good, he's not. He can't do that consistently. And I don't think he's the kind of guy that's going to pull a Mike Vernon 97, not play squat, play second fiddle to the other younger kid. In this case, if you're the Rangers, Georgiev or Shesterkin? Igor Shesterkin. Shesterkin. He's not going to do that and just all of a sudden ride the playoff wave to the cup.
No.
The Rangers are not that good. It's tough because he's the kind of guy that I don't want to see go anywhere else, I don't want that to happen. I don't want him to, because he's played his whole career at the Rangers, and yes, he's come close multiple times, but the time's up, and he's the kind of guy that I don't want to see go anywhere.
Just call it. I'm sorry.
That's why just remembering the fact that, yes, Marcel Dionne was drafted by the Red Wings, but his bulk of his career was with the LA Kings. Seeing him in a Rangers uniform at the end was kind of weird. And I'm trying to think of another one off the top of my head. Gilbert Perreault played his whole career at Buffalo. Probably could have gone somewhere. Probably could have been good. Was good enough to get traded back to his
Brodeur, Thomas.
Oh, I don't know. Thomas. Thomas was. I don't know. Brodeur. That was. Well, Brodeur wanted to get to. He could have gotten to 700 wins. I think was it 700 or 600 wins. I think it was 700.
Seriously, that's what he wanted. 700.
He's only 8 wins away from that milestone. Martin Brodeur.
Regardless, it wasn't worth it. It's not worth one guy saying, I want 8 more wins.
691. Yeah. He was 9 wins away from 700.
It's not worth it.
Unfortunately, realized that
he went to 8.5.
He went to a St. Louis Blues team that just wasn't going to help him.
Yeah. So you want to know why he went to the St. Louis Blues? Because every other general manager in the NHL was too smart.
Even Lou Lamoriello, who bred that boy, he bred him from no-name goaltender.
Well, yes, because you want to know why? Lou Lamoriello looked at him and said, I don't owe you anything. I'm not signing you. You're old. You're washed up. Gosh, it's over.
Lou is such a mob boss.
It's not a mob boss thing at that point. It's, I don't owe you anything. You were part of the New Jersey Devils.
I don't owe you anything.
I don't owe you anything.
He would have done with his hands full.
I'm just saying. If someone gives me a general manager job, I am going to be ruthless. I don't care.
You say yes to Lundqvist. I say no because he's only got 1 year.
Okay.
Let it be the swan song. Obviously make him third to Shesterkin and Georgiev. Let those kids play, but give him the games. Give him the games so he can get the proper send off, the standing ovation, all that stuff for King Henrik.
Chicago and Ole Mata. I say it's not worth a buyout.
Well, don't forget, this is once again another case of a contract that was signed.
By the way, the yes or no thing didn't end up happening.
What?
At the beginning, we were like, yes or no, or should we go into each one? We're going into each one.
Ish. Well, okay.
You
also,
are.
Well, Lundqvist is different because Lundqvist is a Hall of Famer.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, James Neal and Lundqvist, we could talk about. Ali Mata, what's there to talk about? I mean,
that's another contract, like I was going to say before I was rudely interrupted by you, Alex. If you were listening to me, another contract that was signed when Ole Mata was at its peak with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now, listen, he's not playing a small role. He's not a nobody with the Chicago Blackhawks. He's just not worth $4 million. The question is, the Hawks, I mean, are they good? Are they bad? Do they have a chance to win?
they're bad.
That's the thing. Like, they got in the playoffs like Montreal because they went 24 teams.
20, yeah.
Because technically they had a chance at the end of the season to make... I don't even know. I think they were mathematically eliminated, weren't they? With Chicago?
They were.
Yeah, so...
They were... Them and Montreal were the two teams who were like, well, we got to fill 2 more spots. I think mathematically they were eliminated. But
anyways, they got in. That's how they were able to play well. Now, yes.
He's just not worth it.
Yeah, not worth it. Next one.
I mean, the only argument you could say is
they need defense.
Save energy.
They need defense. They just need defensemen. That's the thing with Chicago. They have a chance, and he's a veteran defenseman. He's just maybe worth 2 of those $4 million.
Marc-Andre Fleury, 2 years, $7 million. Don't buy him out. Him and Leonard are good together.
They like each. They're good friends.
They're good friends. They work well together.
They win.
They win. How far did you get with everything? Oh, by the way, the Western Conference Final, right?
Yep, Western Conference. And they just ran into a good Dallas team.
Yeah.
They were the favorite through and through, whether Fleury was in net, whether Leonard was in net.
Everybody looked at that series and said, oh, Vegas is going to win. Vegas is going to win. Why? Because look at their past history and the very, very short history that they have. First year, Stanley Cup Final. Last year, screwed. This year,
ran into
this close.
Well, they lost in 5, but they ran into Dobby at his absolute best.
Yeah, you ran into a brick wall that you didn't know was there. You were driving at night with the lights off. That's what happened.
No, Dobby is an invisible brick wall because Dobby is a house elf and he has magic and he knows what he's doing. Dobby is free. So no on Fleury for either of us. I just don't trade him. You don't.
You're not going to trade him.
It's a great tandem. If you could just tell Leonard, I know what he's making, but if they play a couple here, sign for 2 years for this, and then we'll give you that after. It's going to be tough though.
Louis Eriksson, 2 years, 6.0.
6.0.
6.0. Repeating.
You nailed that one, kid. You nailed it.
Buy him out.
Louis Eriksson.
Buy him out. He's not even a fifth. He's not a fifth liner.
We talked so much about the Vancouver Canucks and how good they were. How many times, Alex, did we say Louis Eriksson's name?
Very little.
I don't even
remember. No, the times that we did talk about him was like, is he still playing?
I remember the
only team that Louis Eriksson is actually good for is the Wheeling Nailers.
Wow.
That's who.
Wow.
Yes, I went for it.
You went coast on him, man.
I went coast on him.
You just did him like that. You coasted him, man.
Bro, I wouldn't even...
You coasted Louis Eriksson.
I wouldn't even put him on the Quad City Mallards. And guess who's not a coast team? The Quad City Mallards.
They're not even a team. It's the Quad City... What are they? The
Storm?
Quad City Storm or something like that. Cody Walsh plays for him, my buddy of mine. But no,
I would have put him on the Solar Bears with Daryl Bootland.
He's not on the team anymore, Alex. It was a video game.
Still miss him.
He was on
I still miss Daryl.
Yeah, Louis Eriksson gone. He hasn't done anything, and they need to sign bigger names. They need to sign
on the ice, number 1 in my heart.
Was he even 27 with the Solar Bears? He was 27 with the Solar Bears?
He was 27. Well, he changed to 26 for a year, but he was 27.
Do you think just the fact he never signed with Kalamazoo is because he would refuse to play for his brother?
Oh, yeah, no, he would never play for Kalamazoo. I think he said that in an interview once.
I would never play for Nick. Nick Bootland. So Daryl Bootland played for the Griffins for a long time. Nick Bootland, his older brother, I think he's older, is the head coach for Kalamazoo. Long's brother is the head coach of Kalamazoo. He's been there for,
6 years now, I think.
Let's put it this way. When I was trying to find tryouts, Nick Bootland was there. It was established. That's how long it's been. So, yes. Louis Eriksson gone. Sven Berchi.
Who?
Sven Berchi. He makes $3.37 for 1 more year. He was one of the few that opted out of the return to play. So we didn't get a chance to see him and how. But here's the thing. He's such a. It's the fact that it's 3.37. If he was a guy that was making half that, Berchi would look like a great hockey player. I don't know if you buy him out though, because if you may lose a guy or two. You're going to lose Louis Eriksson. Well, if you buy him out, you're going to lose players. You're going to need some guys there, especially role players like Sven Berchi, that can play up to snuff. And if you buy him out, you're losing him. But
2 assists in 6 NHL games last year.
But he's a guy that can play. He can, if you give him a chance. If you give him a chance at a bottom 6, third, fourth line role, he can play that role to a T.
All right, I'll give him a shot.
But that's just me.
Kyle Turris, 4 years, $6 million.
Hey, can we give him that one, Alex? Does anyone know?
Nashville's a dumpster fire. Stay a dumpster fire. You will always be a dumpster fire, even when you are good. I don't like your jerseys. They were good for a hot stint, and then you went all yellow everything on them. They look bad. Your whites look better than your yellows. You don't have an alternate jersey, and if you do, it probably sucks still. You deserved... Did they win in the Winter Classic?
Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. No.
You deserve the headshot from Corey Perry in the Winter Classic.
2021 Winter... No, 2020 Winter Classic.
Just keep him. What's the point?
No, Dallas, because Nashville went up 2-0. Dallas came back and won 4-2.
Okay, so you deserve to lose in the Winter Classic.
Where is the buyout calculator? There it is, buyout calculator. Who am I looking up here? Kyle Turris, you said? I'm trying to figure out how much it would be, because that would be...
He has it written down here. He would save the franchise $4 million in cap space.
Oh, well, thank you. I just didn't like reading. I love Luke Fox. I just didn't want to read. Anyway, so...
I say just keep him.
4 years, though.
Just keep him. Sell T-shirts.
No one wants to buy those T-shirts. Unless you're going to sell them like Joffrey Lupul, but if you bought them out, they'd be at that price. There are still Joffrey Lupul shirts in every sport check I've ever been to. Joffrey Lupul shirts.
Bro, just burn them.
Just burn them. Or send them to Goodwill.
So what do you say?
Oh, Turris, I'd buy it. Just, you got to, that is the term for me. The 1-year contracts, give him a shot. 4 years. He hasn't been good in 4 years. Well, no, 2017 wasn't that long ago. Because he was a big part of that Ottawa team in 2017 that made it within 1 goal of the Stanley Cup Finals. Now, he ain't good, Alex. Ain't good at all. Next one.
Andrew Ladd, New York Islanders, 3 years, 5.5. I say keep him.
Sure. I mean,
I say keep him.
Here's the thing. Because
he's not bad.
Luke is kind enough to put at the bottom another buyout candidate, Leo Komarov. That one I don't agree with because Leo Komarov, we saw how important that line was with, and guys like him, Clutterbuck, Martin, we saw how important those guys were to get that team to the conference finals. Ladd just doesn't play. You have to buy him out because he doesn't play. That's my take on it. If he's not going to
played 4 games.
Yeah, he's not a guy I would want if he can't play. And Andrew Ladd is old. He's too old for me to say he's worth keeping, especially in a flat cap era. You got to get rid of him.
That's fair. Next one, Justin Applicator, Detroit Red Wings, 4.25 for 3 years. Get him out. Buy him out.
You know,
Mr. I may be dead, but you still got Mr. I money. Get him out.
You know it's not going to happen, right?
What does he do? What has he done for me lately? What did he do during the Cup team? He scored 4 goals in the regular season, I think. He maybe scored once in the playoffs. And oh, by the way, his nose is messed up because he doesn't know how to fight. Get rid of him.
He is one ugly man. But
he's busted up. He's an MSU boy. He's from Michigan. Go Michigan. Hi, where's Luke Glendening? Not with the Wings?
Yeah, he is, Alex.
Is he still with
them? He's with the Wings.
Is he seriously with the Wings?
Where is he? He's in Detroit, Alex. Oh, well, that makes it bad.
He's seriously with the Wings still?
Yes.
We should get rid of him.
He should go. Listen, and we'll talk a little.
That or just keep him down in Grand Rapids for. Yep. No.
Do a Daniel Cleary and bury him.
Bury Justin Applicator in Grand Rapids. I'll be for that. Sure.
You get to watch Justin Applicator. Hey, Applicator, remember when you were good? Neither do I. Get on with your stupid self, Spartan.
Remember when Applicator wore number 9?
Gosh.
That was when he was growing up in Grand Rapids.
Jeff Lerg.
And then he went to Detroit, and they're like, yeah, by the way, we had this guy named Mr. Hockey. Yeah, Gordie Howe. He didn't
even wear 9 when he was with the Griffins. He wore 19. He wore 19 with Grand Rapids, yeah. I remember.
Who am I thinking of then?
No, Applicator, he wore 9 with Michigan State. I'm pretty sure he wore 9 when he was with Mona Shores in high school.
Who is it?
I think he wore 9 when he was with Cedar.
Who was 9 then? Was it Thomas Yurko?
No, he was... What number? I think it was 28 with the Wings. I don't remember what he was with the Griffins. He may have been 28 with the Griffins, too.
Maybe, I don't know.
What a bust. But
Justin Applicator, buy him out.
Buy him out, but...
Bye-bye.
Where's he going to go?
Buy him out.
Next one.
Anton Strawman, 2 years, 5.5 in Florida.
That contract... I'm pretty sure he signed that with the Florida Panthers.
He did.
Anton Strawman.
He did, if I remember correctly.
Yes, he signed a 3-year contract with a 5.5 and hasn't done jack.
So a year in, you're looking to buy him out already.
Great. Hey, Bill Zito didn't sign up for this, man. Bill Zito just like, I'm going to take this team. I'm like, oh, crap, I got to get rid of him. Well, not a bad idea. Yeah, go for it. Why not? He hasn't done anything.
Well, also, too, it doesn't help the fact that you signed an overpaid goaltender. Sorry. Highest paid goalie.
In theory.
Hi, my name's Joe Quenneville. I put an emphasis on a good goaltender. Guess what I don't have? A good goaltender.
Look what he won with. He won with young Corey Crawford and Nancy Niemi. 2015 Crawford was good. 10 and 13 should never have happened. If they didn't have a good team in front of them. But yes, Strawman gone.
Sure.
Kyle Okposo, 3 years at $6 million each. Go for it, man. Let's go, Buffalo.
I mean, you're going to be filling up his cap space anyways. Why not?
Keep him. Let's do this. Kyle Okposo on a line with Eric Stahl and Bobby Ryan. Let's go, Buffalo.
Your owners don't make sense, so why not?
They make dollars. They make dollars anymore?
They make dollars, but they don't make sense.
No, that's true. Next one.
David Backes, 1 year, $6 million.
Did he even play? He played 22 games. He'll only make $4 million in real money next season. Only. Man, remember when Backes was good? I remember when I was in middle school. That's how long it's been.
Did he get traded in the middle of this year, or did he get traded over the summer?
Look at his trends. Oh, you're on Cap Friendly.
I'm not on Cap Friendly. Ty.
David Backes. Right above David Langwand. Let's see. Transactions. All right, ready for how dumb this was? He signed this contract. He signed it with Boston. And it was the 5-year deal, right? 5 years, no move clause, but then got it waived when he got traded. Oh, no, excuse me. He got put on waivers this year and got picked up. No, he got traded after he cleared waivers. I don't remember how this all worked out. He got traded this year, Alex, yes.
You can't trade a player that went through waivers.
No,
people pick him up.
No, he cleared waivers, went down to the minors, but then they traded him. So, similar to what
It's such a dumb system.
Similar to what happened with Calvin Pickard, and then he got traded from Vegas to. Man, imagine if they didn't get rid of Calvin Pickard.
It'd be so dumb if
Vegas. I'm talking about didn't get rid of Calvin Pickard. That's all I'm saying.
You can't just drop players off the face of the earth.
Well, they used to be able to.
Yeah, and then they decided to unionize.
Last one. Oh no, they were players.
Is this the last one?
Yep.
Okay. John Moore, 3 years, 2.75 for Boston.
Sure. I don't know.
Here's what I'll say.
John Moore.
Torrey Krug signing with? He also writes.
Alex, this guy
Jukebox.
He played one whole game last year. Right? Is that what I look at? Am I looking at that right?
I don't know.
I clicked his profile.
3 points in 24 appearances.
This season?
Past season, yes.
Okay.
That's what it says.
He played one game in the playoffs. Yeah, no, he's gone. Or 2.75, sure, just do it. Yeah. But there's going to be more buyouts than just that, I think. But those are the big names. So did we have a losing record in terms of buyout or non-buyouts to buyouts? Like if they didn't buy out, it was considered a win. I think we were below 500.
I don't think any of these are win-losses. It's a survive and fail.
Well, let's just say this. I said get rid of Alzner, so that's 0-1. 1-1 with James Neal. I say 2-1 with Lundqvist.
Wait. How are you rating this?
I'm saying keeping him is, I'm just going to say it's a win just for the player's sake. I'm thinking on the player side of things here. Alzner 0-1. Neal, yes, so 1-1. I say yes to Lundqvist, so I'm at 2-1.
I'm at 1-2.
I'm at Mata, so I'm at 3-1 because I say keep him.
3.
Keep Fleury, so I'm at 4-1.
2-3.
Louis Eriksson, I said get rid of.
2-4.
I'm at 4-2.
2-5.
Berchi, I said yes, so
3-5.
5-3 with Turris. 5-4 with Ladd. 5-5 with Applicator. 5-6 with Strawman.
4-8.
6-6 with Gakpozo. 6-7. 6-8.
4-10. 4-11.
You are the Detroit Lions over here. 4 and 1 more loss to go.
No, because that 4 is still too many.
No, they'll win 4 games.
No.
They'll win 4 games.
Ty, they led the Bears.
And the Bears beat the Falcons. Did you not see that yesterday?
The fourth quarter happened.
The Falcons blew another lead.
Yeah, we'll just let it happen.
Who would have thought that the Falcons would have blown a fourth quarter lead? Who would have thought?
Atlanta still has sports teams?
Well, the Hawks apparently still exist, and the Falcons are it. Because they have the Atlanta Gladiators, which apparently is a thing.
Well, it is a thing. They're the coast team.
We did have a trade today. We'll get that out of the way.
Oh, for Pete's good trade today.
Brandon Peary going back to the Chicago Blackhawks for Dylan Secura.
Zero money for zero money.
Yes, because they're both minor leaguers now. I'm just saying, Peary's going back. 1 for 1. That's all it is. That's the only trade today.
Great.
Only trade to report on this episode of the Kuehl Show. Maybe some on Thursday. Hopefully, we're just celebrating the Cup on Thursday.
I mean, we can talk about some other trades that happened.
Well, I already did we'll get to the
Did you do Hornqvist?
I did Yes, I did the Hornqvist one. That broke Thursday. Well, no, excuse me. It was finalized Thursday morning? Wednesday.
But you know what you didn't do?
What I didn't do. Yeah, we'll get to that one later. All right, there's another trade to talk about. That's in the next segment after we come back from break. No, we're not going to get another brat. We'll do that after the show.
I don't want another brat.
Just those 2 brats, did you?
No, it's because I'm going to be eating later.
You're going to eat later?
I have a movie date.
You got a movie date?
I do.
What about the beer?
Well, I'll take my beer.
Take your beer. You're having at least one here.
I'll have one beer.
Good.
Yeah.
We'll watch some of the game together. Okay, and let's see. Okay. Quick run through the contracts because we'll spend the last few minutes talking about Line. We'll skip Jack Eichel. I think that's kind
of. What
of.
do you want to do?
We'll do the contract signings.
Okay, then
the extensions.
Okay, then do them.
No, you say it. I talk.
Okay, fine. Jeff Petrie signs 4-year contract extension with the Abs. 6.25 AAV kicks in after next season. Go.
You said abs. You didn't even say habs. You just skipped the H.
Abs.
You got abs before you.
Jeff Petrie signed for your deal. Extension with the Abs. 6.25 AAV kicks in after next season.
You're scared. It's not a bad deal. 6.25, maybe a lot by the end of the contract, but the guy played a buy him out. Well, welcome to the 2023 edition, postseason edition of the Kuehl Show. If we're still around by then, we haven't killed each other by then. Jeff Petrie is on the buyout block. 6.25 for another year. Alex, what did you get?
By that point, we'll be doing this via satellite. I will be in the little corner, being like, "Yeah, no, I'm just chilling in Cedar Rapids." No, I won't be. I won't be in Cedar Rapids, Minnesota.
What?
I'll be probably
Cedar Rapids is Iowa.
Is it in Iowa?
Yeah, the Rough Riders. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's where the cock.
Rider Nation. It's a different
Rider Nation.
If
Nation.
If Cody Jazen, if he's still watching, he's probably like, "Wait, Rider Nation." Nope. Don't want
Ride or die. Why isn't that a shirt? Ride or die.
It probably is, Alex. Have you ever been to a Tuesday night bike at the Score, bike night?
Yes.
Ride or die, live to ride, all those dumb tattoos.
Jeff Petrie.
Not a bad deal. I like it.
Jeff, you're from accounting. Put your vest back on. Ride or die. Me and Marcy are riding the bike.
You are the mail boy.
Jeff, you have a 401k and a retirement plan. Go home. You wanted to say something?
Just because your kids went to college doesn't mean you can be all free-spirited now. But
you have a Harley with a windshield. Shut up.
you are a police motorcycle. Jeff Petrie.
Oh, yeah.
Good deal. I like Petrie. I like the way he played the playoffs is such a big... Shut up! Gosh. Trying to get something serious here. Shut up. Jeff Petrie. I can't even close your damn laptop.
Just go.
The touch screen. Jeff Petrie was a great contract. He played big minutes for Montreal, not just in the season, big power play unit. Played big in the postseason against Pittsburgh, big role against Montreal. What are you doing?
I'm trying to not laugh into the microphone.
Just turn off your mic then, you dummy.
I wanted to take my hat off.
I turned your mic off for you. Jeff Jeff Petrie's a good hockey player. And he's going to be good for Montreal for another 2 or 3 seasons. That last year will look bad on the salary cap, but at least the cap will hopefully go up by then. Jeff Petrie, 6.25. Why are you turning your mic on? Robert Hagg re-signs with Philadelphia, 2 years, 1.6 AAV on that contract, which does kick in this year, so he stays on the back end for the Flyers. And do we have enough time for Line A? Or do we want to wait?
Okay, well, here's what I say.
Because I think we'll have enough. No.
Sam Gunny plays for Detroit?
Hold on. We'll save
What?
Got the last half hour. Do we want to just go to break and then come back with the Detroit Red Wings? We'll save Line A. Save Line A and Eichel for.
How about this?
You give your take. I got a lot of things to say about this.
Okay, in that case, we'll do it for another day.
Well, we'll save it for another day because
We'll take a $5,
take a $5.
and then we'll spend the last half hour talking about Wings hockey.
Red Wings hockey, which we didn't get.
Red Wings hockey.
You're trying to go all. Why are you going Eric Zane over here?
No, I'm not trying to go. I'm trying to do like the PA announcer at Joe Louis. Red Wings hockey.
No. He.
Or is that Little Caesars?
No.
Maybe it's at Little Caesars.
No, he does. The guy that butchers Houghton.
Houghton!
He said from Houghton, Michigan. You want to hear booze. Get a bunch of angry Michigan type fan. Houghton. It is Houghton. Houghton.
I've heard hot.
Yeah, because it's wrong.
Can they even see my face no more?
No, they can't even see your face anymore.
Why can't I see my face?
Drink Aid. Ready for distribution worldwide.
Probably should turn on the mics there first, buddy.
Well, you were yelling a lot of things that I can't play on the air. FCC would not allow it.
I gave birth, Carl. Ah! TikTok is a beautiful thing.
TikTok is an awful thing.
It's a beautiful thing.
Puck drop's about to commence here. I should probably turn my phone on for that, eh?
Well, I mean, broadcast has started. It's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the Q Show. Yeah.
I wonder if, well, okay, so the last game started like 8:15, so we may not even, I'm probably turning this on for literally no reason.
No, you're going to turn it on, and it's going to be waiting for broadcast to start, and then about like 8
it's like 7:59 if I turn it on. If I turn it on now, it should be okay.
That's what they all say.
And they all say,
oh crap, we're still watching playoff hockey, and it's down in Edmonton.
It's up in Edmonton. It's clearly up. Geography is up.
Well, Ty, you said down in Ottawa the other day.
Did I?
I think so.
Oh, gosh, we have static.
We got static.
Why do we have static? Hold on.
You shut.
Okay, they were good. Okay.
See, I fixed it.
Oh, you're kidding me. We're getting screwed over by breaking news.
Breaking news.
Oh, kick rocks. Stupid.
Huh.
Stupid election season. Oh, and I tell you, that's my job tomorrow night. I get to live tweet during the debate.
Good.
No.
You want to know what's good? Then you'll be an actually informed voter.
Oh, you want it because...
yes, because you're going to vote this year, right, Ty? You're going to vote. You're going to be my second me. I'm going to get 2 votes this year. It's going to be me and me.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to vote Harambe. I don't care. I'll vote Harambe. I'll be one of those.
See, Ty, this is why AIDS is still a thing now. It's because of you. You're the reason why people get shot.
Because I say, oh, I'm not going to vote. My goodness.
You should vote. It's your civic duty.
Should, could, and would, Alex. 3 different things. Anyways, welcome to the last half hour of the Kuhl Show, brought to you by Second String Leather Company and other things.
MyBookie.ag.
Babica.ag. Oh, yeah, by the way, we should probably mention this.
Zingo TV.
You guys should check out the replay of World Hockey Report, whether you listen to the podcast from on iTunes or check out the replay on 12ouncesportsradio.com, because he had Ron Duguay on today. The old played for the Rangers, played for the Red Wings back in Yzerman's early career, and apparently played for Team Canada, the WHA Team Canada. When they took on the Soviets and lost badly.
Yeah.
Because they realized that Gordie Howe was 40 some odd years old, and Bobby Hall was drunker than a skunk. And it didn't quite work out against the Soviets that cared.
Yeah, they'll do that.
WHA is like, we can do it. Those NHLers can. We're going to show them we're just as good. And they got killed.
Yeah,
Poor
they were not that good.
They were not that good.
But last half hour of the show for this week on Monday at least.
2 things. 22 years ago today, we have 2 things on this date.
Oh, good God.
22 years ago today, Stone Cold Steve Austin drove the Zamboni to the ring at the Joe Louis Arena and attacked Vince McMahon. Which, if you remember, Alex Riley posted this for us and made sure it was very clear. It was on a non-hockey night. Do you remember that?
Yes, Ty.
Best thing ever. That's why they missed the network. It's like one of the biggest moments of all time. They were at the Joe Louis Arena on a non-hockey night. No. Man, I couldn't have believed it. Also, speaking of the summit and the Canadians take on the Soviet Union, 28 years ago today, Alex, good old boy from Lucknow, Ontario, Paul Henderson scores the game-winning goal in Game 8 of the 72 Summit Series.
Yeah, I saw something about that.
Yeah, and I forgot who tweeted, but there was I don't know if it was Hockey Night in Canada. I think it was Hockey Night. Let me see if I can find it.
There's a lot of action in the chat over there. Have you been keeping an eye on that?
The last thing was Quest saying thank you for the plug, guys, and I liked it. Let me look up, see if I can find the poll, because there was a poll on asking which was the bigger goal in Canadian hockey history, the 72 Summit Series, Paul Anderson scoring, or Sidney Crosby scoring in 2010.
Golden goal. You want to know why?
So I got to put our vote in. So for the Kula show, because I got to use the Twitter here. All right. You're going to say the golden goal? Rock, paper, scissors, Alex. I say Henderson.
I'm going to say the golden goal. You want to know why? For one, who cares that Henderson was from Lucknow? Number 2, does the Henderson goal have its own part of international hockey exhibit at the Hockey Hall of Fame? No, it doesn't. Golden goal does.
I think it does. His sweater's in there.
His sweater might be in.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Okay.
Winner gets to determine the vote.
Single up.
Single up on shoot or on...
On shoot. It's always on shoot unless you're dumb.
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Yeah! Henderson it is for us. Ooh, we got a close one. 2,367 votes, Alex. There's 16 hours left in the poll, but 50.5% for Henderson, 72. Crosby, 49.5%. It was actually about that close, but Crosby was in the lead earlier. Which is, I mean, that is I think a recency bias, kind of, because a lot of people that are on
but here's the thing. Here's another bias. Ready? You ready for this?
I'm ready, Alex. I'm ready for it. Right.
Henderson goal, who'd they score on?
Vladislav Tretiak.
Who did they score on? What team?
The Soviet Union.
Soviet Union in
72.
What competition series?
The Summit Series.
Summit Series. Okay.
The series that proved that the NHL was better than Soviet Union.
Okay, Summit Series.
Yes.
Cool.
So you're proving
Sidney Crosby scored on who?
Ryan Miller.
Okay, well,
who has not been good.
What team did he play for?
Team USA.
Okay.
In the gold, in the gold medal game. Yes, of the Olympics.
Oh, that's right. The Olympics. Something that is more important than the Summit Series.
You know, I see where you're coming from, and I get it. It's true.
Historically, yes.
That won something that's been forever. Like the Summit Series, like I said, it only happened one other time, and that was when the WHA thought they could do it. But you're right, Alex. Since then, I think it's different because that goal at the time meant so much to the country because it proved that they could go up against the communist, the Iron Curtain Party, Little Canada, which, don't forget, had only been a country for, at that point, 105 years. Okay?
Well, yeah.
They went in and beat the Soviets.
They still did their part in World War II, but that's neither here nor there.
I know. But they went into Moscow and won. And that's why the Miracle on Ice is such... I mean, it's a great moment. But they won it on American ice. I don't think those...
Here's the thing.
I'm not belittling the Miracle on Ice. No, I'm just saying
Miracle on Ice won. Yes, it was on American ice. So,
yes.
Great.
It was a great moment. I'm not going to deny that.
So, great.
Will you quit honking your horn out there in person? We are having a show in here.
That's funny.
Good. Oh, now someone's probably breaking into a car out
Probably.
there.
You had a shooting last week, so it's fine.
Trust me, I report the news. There's shootings all the time.
Oh, no, there's shootings every day. It's fine. Just close the window.
I know it's not my car because my car's at the shop.
If we hear pops, I'm going on the ground.
Oh, trust me. I just hear the pops and I just go, I'm going to report on that in the morning. It's kind of pal. Anyways.
But no, here's why the Miracle on Ice is far more important than Doogie Howser scoring for Team Canada.
Whoa! Ham's fighting words.
For one, they beat the Soviet Union in the Olympics. And not only that, that set them up to go and win the gold medal.
Yes.
Greatest moment of Olympics, Winter Olympics all time. Count it.
Sidney Crosby.
No. The Miracle on Ice. Period. Period. Exclamation point. Comma. Question mark? No.
That's a debate for another day.
Oh, hey, look. Martin Brodeur, the guy that shouldn't have played for St. Louis, surrounded by New Jersey stuff.
Why does it get...
Talking about all of his... What?
Why does my phone give off such an emission that it just ruins everything?
Because it's
Let me try unplugging
it's an
this.
electronic device.
Does it do any better?
No, it still has it.
Screw it. It's going in front of my laptop.
Okay.
I don't know why. Like, it's never done that.
So, 808, 809. Let's talk about Detroit.
The Red Wings, yes. Ooh, look at those cufflinks. Wow, those are nice. He's got like those look like goaltender skates. Rick Bowness has got some pretty cool cufflinks on. Everyone should follow Here's Your Replay at the Replay Guy. Remember the one with the he's the one that made me lose it when Chara got hurt. Remember, Alex? No, remember because he Isaac Kucherov and then Chara.
Oh.
That still makes me laugh. You get shot in the leg, I start falling over laughing. Maybe I am Jack Edwards' illegitimate cousin. Who cares? At least I'm not Jack Edwards. Right?
Fair.
Fair? Eric Fair?
Doesn't play for the Leafs.
Doesn't play for the Leafs, Alex. I understand that, but Eric Fair?
Don't play for the Leafs.
Okay. Anyways, Detroit Red Wings were busy this weekend, Alex.
Stevie Y doesn't like sitting at home.
Even though he looks, well, he does look pretty miserable sitting at home.
He's got the facial hair going. He's wearing the quarter zip for I think one of his kids' schools. I think that or a hockey thing.
It was blue, which made me laugh. I'm like, wait, is that a Tampa shirt? Because that would have been hilarious.
No, he wouldn't wear Tampa stuff.
Just cheering for the team that he built. That has a chance to win the thing tonight.
So yeah, no, they were active. So Sam Gagner is the first piece of news that we'll talk about. He resigned with Detroit, 1 year, $850,000 for
which, by the way,
1
could
year.
be Bobby Ryan's contract.
It could be his contract, but it's not.
Gosh, at one point, I forgot Edmonton signed him for 4.8 at one point.
I think Bobby Ryan could potentially go to Detroit. I just don't think that he should. I think it's one of those things that Detroit.
Oh, that's right. He was in the Mike Green deal that sent Mike
Sam
Green to
Gagner?
Edmonton.
Yeah.
Yep, that was him.
Yep, that
Right?
was part of the deal.
That was him, right?
Part was the deal, which is funny because.
There was a couple of trades. Hold on, there was Anthony. Was he the Anthony? Let me go to trade history. He was in.
Well, Mike Green ended up being back in Detroit, anyways, right?
Mike Green. No, he went to Edmonton. That
And
was
stayed?
Gagne was in the Athanasiou trade. Yeah, so there was because remember there were two separate ones, which is where the Wings got Sam Gagner, and they only had to pay $2.835 because the contract that Gagner was under was when he signed with Vancouver after he had a career in Columbus, so he got more money. Long story short, making less than he did now, but Detroit got Edmonton's 2020 and 2021.
He's making just about $2 million less.
Well, that was what the Wings were paying him. Anyways, let's give some of the takeaways from Yzerman's media availability. He put out there, I think I've said a couple of times already in today's show, that they want to build to the draft, build their prospects, but at the same token, they want to be a competitive hockey team. They want to, and he said, field a team on the ice, which, yes, you legally have to. You can't just not play. So, to that...
The Detroit Griffins.
Hey, there were times when there were so many Wings hurt that they pretty much were. And not just last year. I'm talking the last maybe.
Where's Daryl Bootland when you need him?
I remember.
Where's Adam Keefe?
Okay, now you're just digging. Nate, give me former Griffin enforcer here. But I
liked what I liked. I like people that fought. Sorry.
That's why Chris Neal holds a special place in my heart.
Chris Neal can shove it.
Oh, Chris Neal is such a great man. He played for Muskegon, too. Gagne, not a bad pickup. I mean, he's a guy that can...
not a bad pickup. He re-signed.
Not a bad reacquisition.
An extension.
You know, because he's a guy... I mean, you want to field some talented players, and he's not going to... This team is not going to be good. Okay? If this team can finish near 500... The Red Wings are at the expectation level of the Detroit Lions.
As long as they don't finish last.
If the Lions can finish 8-8 and the Red Wings can go 41-41, or whatever, how many games they play next season.
That's optimistic, Ty.
That's what I'm saying, but that's the goal. When the Leafs made the playoffs in 2017, the goal was, hey, Matthews, Marner, all these great guys, Anderson, the goaltender, let's finish around 500. That's a win in our eyes. And they made the playoffs instead. Bigger deal. So if the Wings can finish around the 500 mark, I'm pretty sure that would be a win for them. Now, I'm not saying this team is going to draft a player in the top 10 and that's going to take their guy, they're going to put him in the lineup, and they're going to become superstars. That's not going to happen, okay? Because, listen, Mo Seider was a top 5 pick. He spent all season in Grand Rapids. Detroit's going to be very slow with these guys, okay? Because people forget Mitch Marner was not drafted in 2016. He was a 2015 draft pick.
That was 2014.
Oh, crap. I think Nylander was 2014.
No, he was 2015 because he was in the McDavid draft, wasn't he?
Yes, he would have. The Leafs would have gotten McDavid instead of Marner.
Right. That's right. But so
I would have been okay with McDavid, just letting you know.
Yeah, guess what? You still would have been overpaid on an overpaid team.
Oilers look in a better cap situation than the Leafs do. James Neal's the only bad contract on that team.
I think.
Well, Lucic's
Connor
too.
McDavid's
No, Lucic's
still
not
a
even there
bad
anymore.
contract, but that's not that.
Seahawks, that's why you're not Peter Chiarelli.
Sam Gagne. So, okay. The Wings decided that they will not be re-signing Trevor Daley, nor will they be re-signing Jonathan Ericsson, but instead...
Oh, no, Alex. Not Jonathan Ericsson?
But instead of having two washed-up, no-good, dirty, rotten defensemen that don't do diddly squat for anybody, even when that's diddly squat for nothing down in Grand Rapids, yeah, I'm looking at you, number 6, Jonathan Ericsson.
Did he wear 6 when he came back down?
Yes, he did.
He did? Okay.
He did wear number 6. They ended up going for a trade. Mark Stahl to Detroit with a 2021 second rounder for future considerations from the New York Rangers.
The Rangers.
The Blue Shirts decided to give away one of their core defensemen that we said we didn't really like, but you know what? He looks...
A core defenseman. Sure, bud.
He's going to be a core defenseman in Detroit. Top 4.
Top
4, baby.
Top 4 defenseman. Mark Stahl. Woo! I'm sure he's just happy. I'm just happy you're going to play again. Well, okay.
No, Mark Stahl is going to fit great in Detroit because his engine is going to stall.
Why? Because overpaid and awful left-handed shooting defenseman?
Did you seriously miss that one?
Yes, his engine is bad.
His engine's going to stall.
Yeah, I could.
Get it? Because his name's Stahl.
So let's look at, so right now, currently, the Detroit Red Wings have 4 defense. They have a lot of contracts. So
yeah,
they have currently.
Okay, let's look at the contracts that they are going to sign.
Let's break down the Ericsson and Daley. So Daley, he's only been there. I feel in the back of my chair, like you guys can't see me. Bye, everybody. I'm like Cam Newton, Alex. I'm Cam Newton. Alex, am I doing this right, Cam Newton?
Why do you have crappy socks?
No, I'm doing the thing he did Sunday.
Crying?
No, really, just falls down. It falls down a seat. Anyways. I was getting to a point somewhere where Wes McCauley is calling the game, which means it's going to be wait, they're having McCauley and Sutherland. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
They got the big guns out there on the refs tonight.
Oh, they really know it.
At Scout and the Refs on the Twitter. Follow that. How many times, Alex, do you think on this program, whether it be the original rendition of the Kuehl Show, this rendition of the Kuehl Show, the Kuehl Podcast, video, non-video, how many times did we say Jonathan Ericsson was a bad hockey player?
Combined, 28.
28 times?
Probably. I don't know. Give or take 5.
He was not good.
He was good.
He was good. That was when he signed that ridiculous, was it $6 million, $5?
He was good when he won the cup.
Oh, that's right. He was on the team.
He was on that team.
He was on that. Was he on that?
He did not start the season on that team. He ended up going in, I think it was...
he was a playoff call-up. I know that.
He was late February was when he got called up to the Wings, and he stayed there.
Yes. And
stayed there through the playoffs, won the cup.
And I mean, he had a decent career just towards the end, like the rest of the team, like his partner for a long time, Cronwell, fell off. The whole team fell off.
Wow.
So, yes, you can look back and like, oh, man, it was an awful career or whatever. Listen, you still have Danny DeKeyser for 2 more years. It ain't over yet. But let's go through the defensemen they have. They have Mark Stahl, 5.7. $5 million
for 1 year.
For DeKeyser. Nemeth, 3 for 1 year. And Alex Biega. Did he play for Grand Rapids?
No.
It must have been like that. He's 32 years old, so I don't think so.
He did not play.
But before we get to the rest of the guys they have to sign, listen, people are harping on the Wings for obtaining a defenseman. But they were able to get a defenseman that can just play in the NHL for a season, and they got a second-round pick in next year's draft. They literally received what, in essence, terms of what the setup was, what the Canes would have gotten for Patrick Marleau had they not bought him out. They got a first-round pick and a player. Now, yes, they'll, instead of what the Canes did where they just bought out Patrick Marleau, they'll probably actually keep Mark Stahl. Detroit will.
They will.
But they get a draft pick for him for future considerations, which literally could be give me a
conditional 7.
Caden Fulcher for the Toledo goaltender. They could probably give him that if they wanted to.
Jimmy Howard.
No, Jimmy Howard's UFA. You don't have to worry about that.
Just sign the deal and then give him to him.
No.
Future consideration. Here's your
you're gonna give the Rangers another old goaltender.
Here's your next washed up goalie.
Hartford stacked. Lundqvist and Howard. Hartford starting goaltenders. Are they
the Hartford Wolfpack?
Is that still,
their goaltending is going to be made up of $10 million.
They're still yes they are. No, they were. I'm like, are they still a team? Because there's so many NHL teams that are around. But so I mean, it's not a bad move. And once again, Steve Eisman, they want to build through the draft, but they want to have a team. And listen, Mark Stahl, yes, he's not been good for a long time. That's my cord that
I know. I'm just looking at it.
That is a move that you have a guy in there that can kind of help show the young kids, hey guys, I've been in this league a while, because he was the third Stahl brother.
He's only 3 years older than Danny DeKeyser. He's not really that old.
No, he just has fallen off. He's the youngest of the three. At least that made
Trevor Daley and Erickson are 3 years older than he is.
I hear a lot of barking out there, and I'm.
Your wife.
What's going on out there?
Your wife is barking into the face of your dog to try to convince her that she is annoying.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, that works. I'm sure that'll work out well.
I'll let you decide who I was talking about when I said she's annoying.
Hey, she made you brats, buddy.
No, we're on good terms right now.
So, the Red Wings, what they have left. So, long story short, Erickson, it's about darn time. Then again, they just waited out to the end of his contract. Daley. Okay, no fanfare there. Mark Stahl, yes, bad defenseman, but you only have 1 year of him, and then you actually have a draft pick that came with him, and you could literally give him a bag of pucks that were owned by the Toledo Walleye 5 years ago. Nobody would care. You could hand them Jeff Lurg for no reason. I just don't know why. I said Jeff Lurg. He's one of the few players actually don't play for Toledo. But let's go through the contracts they have to sign. All right, do you want me to name them off, or do you want
to? I'll name them off. So, the contracts that you need to sign.
Adam, we say need because they're restricted free agents.
True. Adam Ernie, Tyler Bertuzzi, Anthony Mantha.
All arbitration rights.
Dmytro Timoshev.
Timoshev.
Is it Timoshev?
Timoshev, yeah.
Okay. Kyle Brodziak is a UFA, but you could sign him. Just give him something.
$1 million. $1 million and free Little Caesars.
Brendan Perlini and Christopher N.
Both RFAs with arbitration rights.
And also, you are going to need to get Chris Terry back, please and thank you.
Chris Terry, no. Okay, he's down there, Alex. He's on the non-roster, is he?
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. He's a UFA.
Oh, come here, Mutluck.
Oh, there's a puppy. Wixie girl, come here.
She's sitting with me because you freaking keep showing her off like a dang trophy. She's just a dog.
Oh, look at the butt waggle.
wants
There
to
she
be
is,
with her
ladies and gentlemen.
uncle.
Look at Wixie. Oh, it's
No, I'm
Wixie.
hiding her.
It's Wixie. No, let everyone see the doggy. Everyone loves to see Wixie. She'll eat your laptop.
No, she won't.
She
No, she won't.
Don't let her bite the Sharpie, you turducken.
She's fine.
Fine is a
Don't make me say
four-letter
it.
word that starts with the letter F. And you know what starts with the letter F, Alex? Foul, because that's what she likes to go after.
You know, it also starts with the letter F.
Food.
Philip. Ronick.
You said 4.
I said F. Philip. Philip.
Oh, we were going on that. I thought we were sticking with a 4-letter word starts with the letter F, because that was wrong. Ooh, I'm bleeding. Sorry, I must have cut my toenails. I just noticed.
Good job.
Look down. Hey, look, I'm bleeding. And they have Madison Bowie, who's an RFA. Cody, you want to try that one there, bud? Golubeth? Goulash. Cody Goulash, and I don't even think that's a person. Jimmy Howard, yes, is a UFA, so I don't have to worry about signing him. They have Pickard and Bernier. All right, ladies.
That sounds good to me.
Who's ready for 10 wins in a 50-win season, 50-game season? I mean, that's really all you got.
That'll be fine. Bernier just has to not get sick, and Calvin Pickard just has to, be Calvin Pickard.
Because you have to sign Timoshov. You got to sign all the RFAs. Obviously, Mantha's going to be a big one. Bertuzzi's going to be a big one. Timoshov, he's good. Adam Ernie won't be an expensive one, but the two big ones there are Bertuzzi and Anthony Mantha. There's no question about it, because those are your two, I'm not going to say breadwinners, but those will be your two guys that are going to be important. Wixie, baby. You give Uncle Alex a kiss? You can give him a kiss, not the mic. Don't bite the mic. Good girl. Can I have a kiss? Did Daddy get a kiss before you go? Oh, baby, look at you. Oh, you're so cute, baby.
Yeah,
Can
we
I
got 6 minutes.
Can I have a kiss? Oh, dang, we only got 6 minutes. Can I have a kiss, Wixie, baby? Wixie, can I have a kiss?
She
Do
loves
I
her
not get a
uncle
kiss?
more
Do
than
I not
you.
get a kiss?
You have an ugly face, sir.
After all the love I've given you, is that better? Can I have a kiss now? Can I have a kiss? Can I have a kiss, Wixie? Wixie, can I have a kiss? I'm not going to let you go until you give me a
Your
kiss.
face smells like a municipal garbage disposal.
You had 2 brats, too.
I smell pretty, though.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
Come
I
here.
do.
Wixie, can I have a
I smell
kiss? Wixie,
pretty.
can I have a kiss?
I
Can I have a
smell
kiss? Can I have a kiss? Can I have a kiss? Can I have a kiss? Just give me a kiss!
Yeah, I smell good.
Have you forsaken? Look at her butt. Look at the corgi butt. Everyone sees the corgi butt. This is gonna. Don't you hit my
Smack that booty.
You hit my doggy booty. How dare you?
What?
This is your niece. How dare you?
She's a corgi. Her butt is designed to be thicker than a bowl of oatmeal.
I don't know if I can ever have oatmeal again.
If she was a dinner, she'd be thickeroni and cheese.
Ugh. See, now you're just ruining it.
Oh, she
No, I'm not
Oh,
saying
she'd be
that.
peaches.
Oh, I thought we weren't going to say that. And our
Hey.
viewership has hit 0. No.
Hey, at least I wasn't nasty about it. Didn't say peaches and cream. That's just wrong.
Why'd you bring her in here? Did she come to the door, or you actually brought her in here? She actually came to the door. She has a problem where she likes to come to the door. We should probably wrap this up for our good boy Rando. That's probably waiting on right now.
Yeah.
Right now, the game has started. We are 3:23 into the first period. 0-0 between the Bolts and the Stars. Shots are 1-0 in favor of Tampa. So just in case anyone's curious.
On that note,
You want to win.
Wixie, who do you, okay, Wix, all right, here we go. Alex, 2 hands. Give me 2 fists. All right, so left fist, right fist. Left fist, Alex, will be, what do you want the left fist to be?
this is gonna be Tampa.
Tampa? Oh, wait, Kelly, go quick. Go grab a treat. Go grab a treat.
Tampa.
Go grab 2 treats, 1 for each hand. We have enough time for this. All right, this is history-making streaming here.
You're about to.
You're about to
every Stanley
determine.
Cup winner.
All right, so we have
let's
2
see.
treats, 1 in each hand. Okay.
One.
Nope.
Smell 'em? You gonna smell 'em?
Yeah, get
Nope. She can't smell them.
Here,
Okay.
you
So
see? Huh?
smell.
Ah, cool.
So left hand.
it. Left hand is the bolts. Left hand's
No.
the bolts.
She'll still pick it.
Left hand is bolts. Right hand is stars.
All right. Left hand is Tampa. Right hand's Dallas. Which one does Wixie pick?
I think that was stars.
Actually, put both out. Put the treats out.
Okay.
All right.
Stars, bolts.
All right,
Set
here
her
we
down.
go. You hold on. You have to hold on to her. All right. We have the decision here. You guys can't see it, but we'll. Oh, hold on. You got to put them down. Well, you got to pull.
She goes for the stars.
You leaned her towards the stars. You turned her to the right.
Wix
this thing
knows
is
best.
rigged. This is rigged. I am over here. You know what? That's it.
Here's a consolation prize.
I am going to protest this to the dog picking selection committee. Kelly. Hey, it's Kelly. How you say hi, Kelly? Kelly's actually in the picture. Wait, no, you're not supposed to say. Oh gosh, working with a bunch of loonies here. Gosh almighty.
On that bombshell, up next on 12 Ounce Sports, we are going to be talking minors with the Rando, hashtag TKS at the Keel Show. For any and all stuff that you'd like to talk about during the break, make sure to check out Tyler on Thursday with the quick shift edition of
The
TKS.
last quick shift edition. Oh gosh, the battery's going. Kelly, quick, plug it in. Or you should probably just go. Oh gosh.
Goodbye,
It's going to die. Goodbye, everybody, at the Keel Show. Woo! We did this at the perfect time. Goodbye, everybody.